Hello, everybody. Don't know if anybody is here. Don't know if anybody can see me. I'm hoping you can, but who knows, right? Just who knows nowadays? It's crazy nowadays. Honestly. Okay. Just going live on the TikToks. You know what I mean? Just chill it. Hello, Cover. How are you? I was trying to read your name and I could not do it. And I didn't want to embarrass myself. How are you today? I hope you're doing really well. I hope you're having a good day. Okay, so OBS is on the go. TikTok Live Studio is on the go. For some reason, my events page isn't showing. Events. Huh. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. It wasn't loading, but it's loaded now. But hello, I hope you're doing really well. Okay, I'll stick with Cover. I'll stick with Cover. Sorry, I'm just in the middle of setting up. I'm feeling drowsy today, which is a really weird feeling because I don't normally feel as drowsy as I am. Hello, Near, how are you? When I haven't slept badly. Like I slept fine, so I shouldn't be drowsy, but I am, which is really weird. But I'm doing okay. Yes, Near, welcome back. So we're gonna be playing some Minecraft today. I'm not gonna do anything too crazy. I'm not feeling too excitable when it comes to the games I'm gonna play, so we're just gonna do some Minecraft today. It's just easier. I haven't fought the Ender Dragon yet, so I've been working on upping all my equipment into netherite. And so, did I already up my equipment? I can't remember. But we do have to go find some netherite or some ancient debris, so I might spend some time doing that, I think. Just wasting time, you know? Then woke up at 11 p.m. Oh my god. I work night shift, so I'm used to being up fairly late. I went to bed, for me, I went to bed early yesterday. I went to bed at 2 o'clock, which normally I'm going to bed at like 4. So I went to bed at 2, and then I think what the problem is I had a really, really rocky night's sleep. When I was sleeping, I was fully asleep, but I woke up about 3 times throughout the morning. I woke up at around 7, then I woke up at around 8:30, then I woke up at 9, and then I woke up at 10:30. So it wasn't a smooth sleep, so I think that's why I'm feeling kind of groggy right now. Overall though, I feel fine. It's just groggy, but it's a long day at work tonight, or long night at work. So I'm gonna try to just like take a nap. TikTok has an echo? Okay. Oh, I know what it is. I think. Hold on a sec here. Testing. Okay. So I shouldn't have an echo now, right? I should be good? I think. Yeah, I think we're good now. Right? There's no echo? Yeah, I think we're good now. Yeah. I had the sound on twice. I had the sound on, like the sound, Jaden, hello. Thank you. Yes. I think I had the sound, and Brian, hello. I don't think I know. I had the sound doubled because when we were doing VR yesterday, I was trying to get something else to work, and the one sound channel had frozen. When the GoXLR froze, the one sound channel froze, so I had to add it a second time. And the TikTok app just kept it on, and then both of them were working. So I think we fixed. I think we fixed it. Just having dinner at 6 p.m. Nice. It is 1 for me. 1 p.m. You're gonna stay on Twitch? Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah. So I normally sleep okay, but I had that really like on and off sleep the whole night. So I'm feeling pretty tired. But tonight I start work at 10, and I'm probably gonna be at work until about 5 in the morning, roughly. No breaks. And that's gonna be rough. That's gonna be rough if I'm feeling as tired as I am. So I'm gonna try to like lay down for a little bit right before work to try to, you know, maybe get a half an hour nap before going in. Then I should be fine. But still pretty tired. We win. Hello. how are you? Cover, I was playing some Resident Evil 8. I have the PSVR 2, and I was playing some Resident Evil 8. I'm doing that about once a week right now, just because the setup is a huge headache to do, and I don't want to have to do it every single day. So I'm doing it once a week. And I'm having really, like, a lot of fun. I played Resident Evil Village when it first came out on flat screen, and now that I have the PSVR, I'm playing it in VR, and it is so much better in VR. Oh no! We win, that's not good. I hope you're getting lots of rest. Hello, Merle, how are you? You want to try to apply for a job at McDonald's? How old are you, Cover, if you don't mind me asking? But yeah, so that's kind of the plan right now. We're just gonna play some Minecraft and chill out, not do anything too crazy, and just hang out, you know? 15 or 16, and you left school. Okay. Yeah, I mean, any kind of work is good, right? I've never worked at McDonald's. I woke up at I'm reading what we've said. I worked at other places, other food places, and yeah, food work is pretty stressful. Oh, you're 16. Okay. Miss Museful, hello, welcome. Oh my god, so there was a couple of people that were coming in and doing the donation thing, and it's fun. It's really exhausting though, because you have to like count while doing the NPC thing to make sure you do it enough. But like each thing is like a cent. So I didn't know how much each thing was worth. And then when I went and looked at my income at the end, it wasn't even $2. It was like $1.73. And the ones, thanks for the rose, the clip that I used was way longer. I did it 126 times. And the pumping iron, I think in total I did it about 70 times. But like it doesn't work out to be a lot of money. it doesn't be making me bank, you know? It wasn't really like it wasn't a set tour. We just went around to different places and performed whenever it came up. So like the one we did, we performed in the States, and then from there we flew to Central America, and then we were supposed to do 3 shows in Central America, but the one dropped out after we got there. And so we only ended up doing 2 of the shows in Central America. But we never really went like on tour where we left for months on time and performed. We just kind of traveled from place to place and performed whenever it happened. Send more roses. Oh my god. So I think only the one person has made that much money. I think everybody else is making a hell of a lot less. And the ones that are making money are huge followings already. Brian Durham, thank you for the follow. Oh. Why did we get 2 alerts? That's weird. That's weird that we got 2 alerts for that. That's really weird. But dude, yeah, the VR thing is a lot of fun. It's so much fun playing in VR. I'm so excited to keep going with it. It's just, whew, so exhausting. Yeah, like, I think you have to do it for a really long time and have a really big following for it to actually work out. There's one guy that pops up every once in a while, and he gives me the ick when I watch him. He's never done anything that's made me question him, but I don't know, something about his energy just kind of makes me go, I don't trust this guy. I don't know. And he popped up yesterday on my For You page, and he was doing it, and he like painted his body green and was doing it. And he was like, it was non-stop alerts. So he probably made some decent money. But there was a woman that popped up on my For You page last night, and there were long spouts of her just sitting there in position and like doing like when you're on TikTok, when you're live, it pops up and says like Jack Blake joined. Sorry, I'm calling you out. It says, you know, so and so joined, and then it'd be like, oh, thank you for joining, and like they're responding to non-alerts. Benjamin with the sub. So I think those people don't make a lot of money because she wasn't responding very often, but she I can't tell for sure because I wasn't watching her, but like in the span of about 2 hours, in the span of about 4 hours, in the span of about 4 hours, I saw her live multiple times throughout the day. And I don't think it was she'd go live for half an hour and leave. I think she was live for 4 hours at least. Yeah, it looks like it's somebody just trying to make money. Like, they're not actually trying to provide anything. Her NPC was horrible anyway. So I don't think there's a lot of money to be made for an average person unless you can get a huge following. Why do my alerts keep doubling up? That is really weird. Why am I hearing the alerts like later? I don't know. That is so weird. Is that? No, nothing else is on. That is so weird. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, some of them are freaky. Some of them are really freaky. I think a big part of it... yeah, the whole trend is really weird. I think a big part of it is Gizmog. Hello, how you doing? How are you? Or Gizmo GG. It's been a while. It's been a while, you can tell. I think a part of it is a fetish type thing. You know what I mean? Because I find that the ones that are the more busy ones tend to be women. Or it's guys that are being like insanely cringy, like this guy. He's got over 1 million followers. But like I said, he gives me a weird vibe. I don't know what it is. I can't say he's done anything. He just gives me a weird vibe. I just don't get a good energy from him. And he's got over 1 million followers, so his is pretty busy, but his was super cringe. Like, he was in a pair of boxer shorts and he painted his whole body green. It was like objectively cringy. It wasn't just cringy like when people watch me play video games and go, oh, that's cringe because you're an older guy playing video games. No, it was like objectively cringy. Those people make good money. But with women, it tends to be women who are either very attractive or the way they respond to things are just on the brink of being adult. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like there's a fetish aspect to it. The one woman that I was watching yesterday it felt very intentional that her feet were always on camera and she wasn't wearing shoes or socks. It just felt very, very intentional. And so like, I feel like there's that level to it. So they're gonna make money because it's a simple way to kind of get that without it being as embarrassing, I guess, as like cam girls, if you know what I mean. So it's just weird. Yeah, that bald guy, he does like news and stuff once in a while. I don't know, I don't see him very often. Like I said, he gives me a really like just a weird vibe. I don't know. And I'm not saying like I think he's a creep. I mean, like, I feel like he is the kind of person that we're gonna eventually have some huge meltdown happen with, where like some dark thing is going to come out that he's done. Kind of like that one guy that was like a women's advocate and now he's turned out to be like this really abusive, misogynistic jerk. Or kind of like that dumbass who's a scab and now he's trying to pretend like, no, I was misunderstood. I just say things without thinking and I stand with the actors, despite like 8 videos of him going, fuck the actors. Sorry if you're at work and I'm sorry, I apologize. How that guy, like, everybody's like, he's so great, and then it turns out he's a complete misogynist and he's a religious person, but like a hateful religious person, and he's a scab. Like, he's just everything that could make him a terrible person. He just is. I feel like this other guy might turn out to be that way too. He just gives me a weird vibe. He seems too nice. Do you know what I mean? You know, like that, those guys that are like overly nice that you're just like, oh, there's gotta be something wrong. You know, people say I'm really nice, but you've kind of seen me. You guys have all seen me be a dick. So like, you know, I'm not always nice. Yeah, some of the streams are just very adult, just very, very adult. My name is Luis. Oh, what was her name? I don't know. I don't know the name. Sorry, I misread that. I don't read their names. As soon as I see them, I like sit around for like a minute or two and then I swipe away. I don't actually watch or listen to their names. But yeah, so I think that makes them money, right? It's kind of like the hot tub streams and all that. Nothing wrong with it. You know, do your thing. If you wanna do that and make money, go for it, right? Hell, if I had those assets, I'd probably do it too. Although I'm not very confident. But if I was attractive, I probably would be more confident. But you know, you can't take away the fact that a big portion of the success is driven by dudes who are looking for adult entertainment without it being adult entertainment. And so like it's just part of it, right? It's like people watch me for certain reasons. I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, they're watching me because I'm hot. No, they're not. Or I'm not going to be like, they're watching me because I'm a great player. No, they watch because they want to hang out and chat. So when people watch somebody like in a hot tub, a guy or girl, half naked, they're interested in the half naked part of it. Same with these NPC things. They're either interested in watching somebody else humiliate themselves, because it's human nature for a good chunk of people to want to like feel better than other people, you know, kind of like a condescension type of thing. Hence why you get some of these viral videos that blow up for absolutely no reason, just because of the cringe or because they're good looking. That's just kind of how it is, right? If you look at the people that blow up on any social media, they're either incredibly good looking people or they're very, very cringy. It's very, very rare that you have somebody like Hank Green, who's just an average dude who just gives education and gets super famous off of it. More often than not, it's a really attractive person or it's a really cringy person. What's the best pizza topping? I don't know if there's a single best pizza topping, but I love chicken shawarma pizza. I love chicken shawarma pizza. Ooh, jalapeno spicy. Yes, yes. 4 with meat, 2 with veggie brown rice. You didn't feel like pizza? I don't blame you. I've had a lot of pizza lately. I love hot stuff, like spicy stuff, but I'm kind of on a break from it lately. But yeah, I like to have spicy stuff. Not insanely spicy, but spicy. Shawarma is not for everybody. It's very garlicky. I think one of the spices they use is curry, but it's Middle Eastern, right? So it's got like very herb inspired flavors, with a lot of garlic in the sauces that are used. It's delicious. I've been eating shawarma for years, and we found a place that's around the corner. It's like a hole in the middle of nowhere. It's not really in the middle of nowhere. It's like right on the strip, right before the actual like tourist area starts. And but it's like this little hut. It's literally just big enough that you can walk in, order your food, and you have to wait outside because there's no space inside for more than one person waiting for food. And we started ordering from there, and the guy would give us like pickled, I think it was pickled beets and pickles, like regular pickles, and pickled onions, I think was the other one, on the side. And I never touched it. And then the one day I was feeling like I wanted something a bit more tangy, so I put a pickle in. Oh no, Alana put a pickle in and tried it, and then I was like, yeah, I feel like tangy, I'll put it in. Oh, the pickles made it so much better. Oh, I love shawarma. I love shawarma. Tahinis, their shawarmas look, oh, that's delicious. Yeah, I love shawarma. Mexican hot and spicy. Mexicans can go extreme with their spice. Oh my god, Mexican food. When you're like in the heart of Mexico, not tourist area Mexico, but like in the middle of Mexico, you can get some of the craziest spicy food. It's insane, but Mexican food is so good. Love Mexican food. Just lazy today. Good, I'm glad you're not feeling any kind of hangover. Yeah, I'm feeling tired. I'm not even feeling lazy, I'm just feeling tired. Although, it's funny because it was the day before, not the day before yesterday, what day was it? Tuesday, I think? I was saying that I was feeling really wide awake and I looked really tired. Today, I feel like I look really wide awake, but I'm feeling so tired. And I don't know, maybe because I'm tired, but I feel like my hair looks really good today. I feel like my hair looks like supermodel hair today. It's even got the little bounce and the little wisp at the front. I didn't even do that on purpose. I literally just like combed it, and then as it was drying, the front just kind of flooped forward. It was all actually really forward, and then I just like ran my fingers through it once, and now it stayed, and now I like how it looks. I think it looks really good. Thank you, Brian. I have new hair that I'm gonna be putting on next week, and I'm anxious. This hair's been driving me nuts. I got it cut originally by the hairstylist I normally go to, and she did a phenomenal job. This is all on me, not on her at all. And I had put the system on slightly wrong. It was just slightly further back than I wanted it to be. And so with the hairdo she had given me, that I had asked for, with the way the system was sitting, it wasn't looking very good. And so I got pretty frustrated, and it was like I literally got my hair done, and 2 days later my dad passed away. And so I was just frustrated. I was having a bad hair morning, like I couldn't get the hair to do what I wanted, so I just cut it. So I actually cut this myself, but it's not obviously cut by a professional, so the styling is really hard for me to do. And so I've been struggling with getting it to look the way that I want and for it to stay the way that I want. And so when I have a good hair day, I really enjoy it because I have like mediocre hair days. I've had them for the whole month. So I'm really excited for the new hairdo, but the new hairstyle is, I'm not going to go to a stylist. I'm trying something new. They offer at Lord Hair that they cut the hair for you and then they send it to you already pre-cut. So I ordered one of those because I want to try it. I want to see what it's like. I want to do a video on that because every video that I see is how to apply it, how to take it off, how to clean it. But nobody ever talks about the pre-cut hairstyles that they offer. So I was like, I'll take a shot. I'll do it. If I don't like it, I'll go to the hairstylist and get her to fix it because she is insanely talented. I know she could. And I made sure to pick a long hairstyle. But it's going to be the same thing, like the comb over, but it's going to be more like the longer comb over. So like this hair, if I pull it down, it goes to about here. The new one's going to be down to about here. So it's going to be quite a bit longer. And it's going to be way more combed over. Hopefully it works. We'll see. But I'm excited for the new hair. I'm just anxious that I'm going to go back to having some bad hair days until I can go and see the stylist once it's on, if it doesn't work. We'll see. Ty, how you doing? Welcome. Cover, I wear a wig. I wear a wig, Cover. Yeah, we win. I am. Except, but they have to know that there's an asterisk next to me being single because there's you and there's Merle and there's Ty. So they have to be willing to share. Oh man, I don't have a wife. I don't have a wife. Yours truly, hello, how you doing? Thank you. I appreciate that. That's really kind of you. Yeah, Ansem Ty is the wife, and Merle is the I can't think of something for Merle yet. I don't know something for Merle yet. Merle is the one that makes the money, but Wewin is my sugar mama. She's the one that gives me the money. Because every time I talk to Merle, she's always on her way to work. And anytime I talk to Wewin, she's trying to scare me and giving me money for it. Ty takes me on dates. There we go. That's what it is. That's the split up. But yeah, so I'm happy with my hair today. I think my hair looks pretty good today. It's I'm hoping that I have a good hairdo when I audition. I have an audition in September. I'm hoping I have a good hair day for that day. Sugar Dami Mommy, exactly. I guess I'm the husband yet. Yeah, I guess so. Anyways, we're gonna play some Minecraft. I'm just gonna look for some what's it called? Ancient debris. I'm just gonna kind of wander around and do that. You got your mob cut yesterday? Nice. Yeah, so I think okay, I missed getting haircuts. I loved getting haircuts because I would always try something new. The cool thing is wearing a hair system allows me to try new hairdos and not have to worry about the growing it out part because I hated that. I always wanted long hair when I was younger, like long hair, like, you know, shoulder length, put in a ponytail type hair. But my hair is very coarse. This hair is actually very close to how my real hair was. And this was yeah, pretty close to this. A little bit longer than this was like the longest I could stand. I did a little bit longer than this. But I couldn't do super long hair because I couldn't stand when it got to the length that I couldn't do anything with it. Mind you, I grew up in the early 2000s. The internet was a thing, but it wasn't like it is now where you can just go to YouTube and look up how to style certain lengths of hair and they can teach you. It was up to me to just look at pictures of celebrities and try to figure it out. And I just couldn't figure it out. And so I just didn't do it. And because my hair was so coarse, all my friends that did have long hair were all white guys with very fine hair. So their hair didn't do what mine did when it was in that middle in-between phase where it was just a big poof ball. And so I hated it. So I would always cut it, even though I wanted long hair. So I like having a system because now I can do stuff without having to worry about the growing out part, which is great. The downside is my natural hair still has to be maintained while I'm changing hair systems. So like right now, you can't see it on camera. You can kind of see it. You can see the line right there where my hair is starting to grow in, but it's now in the poofy stage. So like I have it short here, but this part has now grown into the poofy stage. And because my hair is so coarse, it grows out straight. So I'm ending up with the system flat and my hair growing out. So then you can see You can see right where the line is. There's also the hair difference in color. Kind of see the color difference where my hair is much darker. The problem is that every time I've asked for the full black hair like my hair is, for some reason it doesn't have the same shine that the lighter color has, and that shine makes the hair look even more fake, even though it's the right color for my hair. So I've been going with lighter, but the problem with lighter is it lightens as time goes on. So after about a month, it's much lighter than my hair. I'm at the point now where I would need to dye this, but I have new hair, so I'm going to be wearing that instead. But that's like that's the downside, is I have to maintain my own hair. So I want to see how this new system looks, because I'm probably going to do an undercut. Is it on my phone? I think it's on my maybe it's on my phone. I don't know. I might have saved it. I don't know. Let me look real quick. Because on their website, after I finish this, I'll start the stream. On the website, they had, yeah, it's right here. They had the picture of how they were going to style the hair, the system. Obviously, it's not going to be exactly the same because it is a hair system, so it's not going to be perfect. But I don't know if this will work. Oh, you can kind of see it there. There. That's the hair style that I asked for. So I'm gonna buzz the sides a lot shorter, but I have to see what the system looks like. I don't know if they left a little bit of length on the side to kind of blend it in. Like here, you could tell this hair's a little bit shorter than this hair up here is. So I have to see how I'm gonna blend it, because I don't want to go fully shaved and then I realize that there's like this seam right where the hair is that doesn't look good. So I got to try to blend it a bit. But that's kind of the system I've gone for. That's the length. It's a much longer hairdo than what I have now, because you could tell it's like, it's actually like hanging over. Mine doesn't really hang over as much. It's slightly longer than this hair. So we'll see what happens. But I do like that about hair systems, that I can try different stuff. I can get a really short system. I can get a really long system. And if I take care of them, my eventual plan is to actually have multiple systems, so that way I can switch up the hairdo when I feel like it. Like if I want to have long hair for a couple of weeks, I can, and then I can switch up to a short system for a couple of weeks, then go back to the long system, so I don't drive myself crazy, and so they wear down more evenly rather than like killing one of them in a month, you know what I mean? But we'll see how it works out. Obviously, I'm not as good looking as this guy. He's got like a beautiful jawline. He's got like, you know, a pretty decent thick beard. He's got killer smoky eyes. His eyebrows are way like plucked. But like he's a much better looking dude than I am, so I'm not gonna pull the hair off as nicely as he is. But I think it'd look okay. Like this looks okay, and this is similarly styled to that, just this hair is shorter. So we'll see how it goes. You need to know what to look up for. It's undercut, man. It's undercut. Went to its natural state, which is really curly, so after the barbers open, my mom made me get my hair cut. You know what? Hold on. Torn, hello, nice to see you. It's Minecraft. It's Minecraft music. It's kind of loud. It's turned up all of a sudden. That should be better. Yeah, so curly hair was what I've always... Not curly, but I've always wanted like really wavy hair, and I don't have wavy hair. Mine is like pin straight. The longest I ever had it was a mushroom cut, we used to call it. I don't know if they still call it that nowadays. I posted a picture, or not posted, I did a video, and that picture was in the video, but you can see it here. It's dark, so I don't know how well you're gonna see it. I had like this kind of hairdo, and that was the longest I ever had my hair. The problem was that once it got to that length, it would swoop out. And so obviously being a young teenager in the 90s, homophobia was like a pretty common thing. I mean, it still kind of is, which sucks, but it was much more common back then. And so like being seen feminine in any way was a bad thing. And I hated it because my hair would swoop out. And then I felt like it looked like a 1950s woman's hairdo, so I hated it. So I would never go longer than that. I'm sure that if I went long, it would eventually stop swooping out because the ends would then go lower, but I couldn't make myself go that far. But my hair was super thick. But I always wanted like wavy, curly hair. And my best friend at the time had very, very curly hair, but he didn't know how to style it. So it always looked really like he hated his hair. He liked my hair better. Now that I'm older, oh my God, if you style your curly hair properly, curly hair can be so beautiful. It can be so beautiful depending, and you have so many options with it, right? Like you can wear it with like looser curls. You can have like Afro style curls. Like you can do so many things and make it look amazing. I think curly hair is great, but it is a lot of work. I don't like the work that would be involved. This hair is a lot of work. I couldn't imagine having to deal with curly hair all the time. I am. But yeah, we'll see what happens with this new hair. I'm kind of excited. I'm really happy with my hair today though. That was all by accident. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. Anyways, let's get started. Let's play some Minecraft and we'll continue. I think this is mine. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, so next week I'll have new hair, but it's going to be on my day off. So I'll probably do it on the Wednesday. So you'll all see it on Thursday. Cause I do need to make a video for Lord Hair for it. And the plan as it stands right now is I've been seeing the transition videos kind of on my For You page a little bit more than I used to. And one of my friends did one from her like regular look into her cosplay. I want to do the same thing. And the thing is, the music she used had 3 specific chunks where you could do 3 changes. And so like I envisioned, I don't know if you've seen the, whoa, oh wait, no, it's just the lighting is weird. I don't know if you've seen the transitions where it's like where they're here, where they're looking at the camera, then they look to the side and the angle changes, and then they look back to the front and the angle changes again. I want to do something like that where it's going to be like my hair now, then it's going to switch over and it's going to be with no hair, so you can see like the horseshoe bald thing, and then it's going to switch back and it'll be me, and then all of a sudden my new hair is on. That's what I'm envisioning. I don't know if it'll work because I don't know how good the hair is going to look once it's on. And then I'm probably going to do one video where I like review, because now I'm going to have tried 3 different hair systems. If you guys don't know anything about hair systems, you can choose the kind of hair you have, so how thick and coarse it is, how much hair is in the system, the color of the system, and you can also choose the material that it's on. So I've tried something called thin skin, which is literally like a silicone style base, whatever style base. It's almost like plastic. And then there's lace, which is what I'm wearing now, but this one is silicone in the back and then lace all in the middle and in the front. The new one that I have is actually a ring of the thin skin and then lace in the middle and lace in the front, so I can get the natural hairline. Because if you can tell, like you can't really see where the wig starts in my hairline. You can see the line of hair, but you don't see the actual like material, the lace. So lace is really good for hiding. So I'm going to do a bit of a review between the 3 systems and say which one I like the most and what I found I struggled with in each one. So I can do one longer video and then do a transition TikTok viral style video, because Lord Hair uses those in their little promotions that they do, which I think would be perfect for them, because I don't say anything. It's just a quick, like, look how my hair looks, look how ugly I look without it, now look how sexy I look with this brand new hair. I think that'd be really fun. Oh man, so cover, I had it too. I had that indent too. It's embarrassing. The worst part for me, actually I can play while I talk. The worst part for me is not only did I have the indent from my headphones, but I wear, man, I'm just like selling myself for all the single ladies. This is a real catch. I also wear a CPAP machine. Now, if you're 16, so you probably don't know what that is. You may not know unless you happen to have one, or someone in your family does, but it's not a common knowledge thing until you get older. A CPAP machine is basically a machine that you wear a mask, like it's like an oxygen mask. There's different types. There's one just on your nose, there's ones on your full like mouth and nose, and there's ones you can wear over your full face. And the CPAP machine, oh yeah, you know what, let's go look for, oh, I did do the netherite. Okay, let's go look for some ancient debris. So I'm gonna make some beds. So the CPAP machine, what it does is it pumps air into your lungs while you're sleeping, because some people have what's called sleep apnea, and sleep apnea is basically your body just stops breathing while you're asleep. And that's what my body does. I just stop breathing. And what happens is, one, you have the potential to just never breathe and die. Very, very rarely does that happen. But you also have a higher risk of heart attacks. You don't sleep well. That's the biggest thing, is you don't sleep well, which then causes a bunch of other issues. So that was my problem, is I didn't sleep very well. So I use a CPAP machine. The reason I'm telling you all this is, what the heck? Get out of here. The reason I had my indent was because the headphones that I wore, and my CPAP machine has a strap that goes around my head, and the top strap goes right where my headphone strap goes. So I had a permanent indent all day long. I guarantee you Tim the Tapman lost his indent. If he didn't stream that day, he wouldn't have an indent for the day. But I would stream, and then I would wear my CPAP at night, so I would have the indent all day long, every day. It sucked. Now, if I do have the indent, I don't see it because I got a full head of hair on top of it, and it's wonderful. Yours truly, I am 37. 37. Kevin, hello, nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. You used to get that when you shaved your head? Yeah. Wow. Did they up the ray tracing on the newest update? I don't remember this room being this dark. You can see it though, right? Yeah, I don't remember the room being this dark. Okay, do I have food? Do I have food? I don't have food. I should probably bring food. Let's get food first. Thankfully, I don't sleepwalk. Yeah, I used to sleepwalk as a kid. And that was the thing. That's why I didn't know I had sleep apnea. I only found out because of Alana. I had a really bad habit of sleepwalking when I was really young. There were always stories of like the dumb things that I did as a kid. The last time I actively remember sleepwalking was crap. The last time I remember sleepwalking, my mouse is freaking out. It's not plugged in, that's why. It was probably when I was about 19 or 20. My biological daughter's mom was living with me, and she woke me up because she was crying. And the reason she was crying is apparently I sat up in the middle of the night and started to talk to her, but I was talking to her in Spanish. And when she couldn't respond to me, I basically like got mad at her, and I just responded by saying, well, then fucking learn. And then I went to sleep again. So she woke me up crying because she thought I was talking to her consciously. She didn't realize I was asleep, that I was sleepwalking or sleep talking, I guess. And so that was the last time I actively know that happened. But I used to do it all the time as a kid. I remember there was one time that one of my family members, I was in Boston visiting family, and the family member had to like walk me back inside the house because I was trying to open the front door. And when she asked me what I was doing, I told her I wanted to go pee. And I was just heading out the front door to go pee, but I was asleep. And so it was common for me. As I got older, I would wake myself up by moaning. Not that kind of moan, get your minds out of the gutter. But like I'd be falling asleep and I'd go, and I'd wake myself up. I thought that was me talking in my sleep. And so I was like, oh, it's normal. I talk in my sleep. That's what I'm doing, is I'm waking myself up by talking in my sleep. Then one morning, Alana, when I woke up, Alana was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. She goes, you stop breathing when you're sleeping. And I was like, what? She goes, yeah, you stop breathing. And then like you snort and wake yourself up and then you're fine. And I was like, weird. So she's like, but maybe, I thought maybe you're just getting sick or something. So she started keeping an eye on it. And for the next like week and a half, every day, she's like, yeah, you just stop sleeping. And I would like, my moaning was me waking myself up because I wasn't breathing. And so with that, I went to the doctors, and then the doctor sent me in for a sleep clinic because we had been talking about how absolutely exhausted I was at all times. And so he sent me in for a sleep trial. And once I did that, then the trial came back and it's like, yeah, no, you've got sleep apnea. It's not very severe, but I do have it. And the reason it was concerning is I have high blood pressure, which sleep apnea attributes. One of the side effects of sleep apnea is high blood pressure. And the fact that I'm not obese. Usually sleep apnea is more tied to somebody who is older, has some kind of illness, or is obese. Just because the weight of their own body prevents their body from breathing easily, which collapses the airway and stuff. And I don't have any of that. So it was alarming because I don't have a reason to have sleep apnea. But now with the machine, it's wonderful. Oh, it's wonderful. I put it on, I go to sleep, and I sleep right through the night. It's the most wonderful feeling in the world. That's so scary. It is. It is. And that was the thing, is Alana would always fall asleep before me, because before she worked night shift with me, it's really dark, right? Before she worked night shift with me, she used to be asleep by like 9 o'clock. She couldn't make it past 9 o'clock at night. And my brightness is low. That is so weird. And even my FOV, I had it down. I put it down. Weird. Okay, well, maybe I'll just turn it up for you guys, like I did for Resident Evil, but maybe it won't go green this time. And so she would have a really hard time waking up or staying up late. So she would always fall asleep before me. So it was rare for her to watch me sleep because I would be asleep way later than her. Where's color correction? Oh, there it is. So that's why it took so long for her to even notice what I was doing. Oh, gamma up a little bit. Maybe that helps. We'll find out. Now it's nighttime. Of course it is. But now that I have it, it's amazing. I've never snored. That was one thing, because sleep apnea, normally you know about sleep apnea. One of the first symptoms is snoring. And I don't snore. And so that's why it just never ever occurred to me. I remember I used to, like, when I would have slumber parties at ladies' homes, they would make the comment that it was nice that I didn't snore at night, that I was always really quiet when I slept, and I didn't move very much when I slept, that I was a very still sleeper. And so, like, it didn't occur to me, right? So now that I do have that as a possibility, it's made a huge difference. It's made a huge difference for my sleeping patterns. I can sleep so much better now. I sleep soundly. I don't have to, you know, try to sleep anymore. I literally, most of the nights, not every night, but most of the nights, I can literally just lay down and within 15 minutes I'm asleep. It's quite a nice feeling. Wearing the mask sucks. I could just imagine trying to, like, you know, meet somebody and show them my awesome mask and how sexy I look at night. You know, it's one of the things that I think about. That is going to be kind of awkward. But yeah, it's a nice feeling. It's a nice feeling. I haven't seen that. You peed in your brother's room? Oh my god, Merle, you're a menace. You're a menace, Merle. Yeah, sleepwalking is weird. Sleepwalking is so weird, and I didn't remember any of it. I'm sure you don't either. But I used to just wander around at night. It was really weird. Now I don't do that, obviously, because I wear a sleep mask. Although there are still nights where I'm either insanely tired or I don't know, I'm sick or whatever, and I've woken up with my mask off. I don't think I've wandered around at night, but I do sometimes take my mask off at night, and I don't remember for the life of me taking it off. Okay, let's get rid of some of the treasure that I've got. Oh yeah, I still have the designer thing. Get some of the gold out of here. I'm going to keep the black stone. We definitely want some more beds. So I'm going to keep that. I need wool. That's going to be a struggle to try to get, is some wool. No, I think I brought a bunch of wool, didn't I? I think I did. I want to keep the black stone. I don't need the flint, but I do need a flint and steel. Did I get rid of that? Nope, right there. But yeah, sleepwalking is it's a weird thing. It's a really weird thing to sleepwalk. I thought I had a bunch of wool, but I guess I used it all to make those beds, and then I just ran out of beds. Maybe there's more beds in the nether. It's basically the same scenario every time. I am so fed up with the stupid AI voice things. I am not a fan of AI. I really hate AI, and I hate that humanity is going to go down that road no matter what. Even if we tell everybody how horrible AI is going to be and we can prove that it's bad and we show the damage it does, lazy people are still going to use it, and it's still going to destroy a lot of creativity out there. I think there's some pretty big dangers in AI. Wow, this is so dark. Why is this so dark? It was never this dark before. Even I can't see what's going on. And like YouTube is one of the first that I'm noticing. Is every other video now is an AI voice with an AI script. And it's really frustrating. I used to watch a lot of space documentaries. I dreamt for a long time of being like an astrophysicist or working with space. I never imagined going to space, but I would have loved to work studying space. And oh, there's the wool. Okay, we can make more beds. Perfect. And I used to love watching documentaries about it. It was awesome. But now you look up documentaries on YouTube about space and it's almost always an AI voice. And the problem is that the people doing this aren't doing it to actually spread this information and they're just too shy to talk on camera. It's lazy people that'll just type into AI and say like, write me a 20-minute script about Pluto. And then the AI will just write it and it'll be like 80% accurate, which sounds great, but that means 20% of it is inaccurate. And it's just gonna have a bunch of information that isn't right. And I think this is just me on the spectrum. It's not, I hope it, I know people see it as a supremacy thing, as a, you know, being superior to people with less education or whatever. But it irks me when I hear words being pronounced incorrectly, or that they're using words in the wrong way. Do you know what I mean? Like all of the sudden and all of a sudden. It's not all of the sudden, but you hear a lot of people say all of the sudden. There's one guy that I love watching and half the time he says all of the sudden and it drives me crazy. But it's more of a, like a, I don't know, it just bugs me. And so I think it's just because I worked so hard to get rid of my accent, which I still slightly have. But the AI will mispronounce words slightly. There's one that I was watching for a while that talks about like disasters. And you can tell it's an AI because the voice has no accent. It speaks, you know, with an Americanized Midwestern accent, but the wording they use isn't correct for American accents. So it's very clear it's not an English speaker who wrote the script. But if it wasn't an English speaker that made the video, then the accent would be there in the way the language is being used. Something as simple as the way they depict the date. In Canada and in the States, we'll say the 4th of February or February 4th. And this will say 4 February 1995. Nobody that speaks English in this part of the world says 4 February or 23 February. Nobody does. And so like, it's very clear it's an AI system. And I looked back at their videos and they're posting one video a day and they're all half an hour long. It is impossible for a single person to post a half an hour video every single day with all the research that's required. So it's very much clear that it's an AI system. And so it drives me crazy. And it's so bad because people who do put a lot of work in can't compete because those channels are flooding everybody's pages with videos every day. Whereas like it could take me up to a month to do a 20-minute video, 15-minute video. I can't compete. AI is going to wreck that for a lot of people. It really, really sucks. Yeah, the 23rd of February or February the 23rd. But you never say 23 February. On 23 February 1996. It's like, what? What do you mean 23 February? That's not how it's said. So it's very clear that a non-native English speaker wrote the script. They probably used AI to do it. And then they did that. And it just doesn't flow nicely. And there are clips of what they say within the videos that are very clearly stolen from somewhere else. Like the one video was about a guy who was a rock climber and it wasn't a disaster. It was just about how like he's a risk taker and he set this record. And it's a great documentary about how like he prepared for it and was risking his life. And then it said a full paragraph that sounded really weird because it was perfectly written, but it was written like an ad. Because if you're talking about a movie as a natural person, you would describe a movie like that saying, you know, and it's a great documentary where you see how he goes through the struggle of preparing for this trip, where he's going to be risking his life all to set a record. But it was written, it was in the video, it was said more like, in this epic adventure, we will follow this person as they prepare for the struggle of a lifetime in order to set a world record. Nobody naturally speaks that way. Especially when the whole time you're describing their story and then instantly you say it that way where you're almost selling it to everybody. It's very clear that it's AI produced. There was another video that came up about video game reviews. It was like the top 5 video games, and it was really stilted in the way it was said. And somebody commented, you should probably get a different narrator who doesn't say things so awkwardly. And when I went back and listened to it a second time, I was like, no, this is AI. It's 100% AI. It's not a real person doing it. And that's really disheartening, because somebody who's passionate about it, as somebody who's passionate about creating content, somebody who's lazy can run 15 channels and literally have AI do it all. And they can make a killing doing it. And somebody like me just can't compete with that. And it really sucks. It really, really sucks. Ha! But yeah, it's... I'm not a fan of AI. I'm really not a fan of AI. It really sucks. Can I just... Ha! There we go. All right, we got quite a few beds. I ran out of wood, so maybe I can... I have wood, right? Yeah. Throw this away. Give me 3 more beds. Okay. All right, I think we're good. Oh, I don't need flint and steel because I'm using beds. Duh. So there's that. I don't need the food right now. I won't need the shovel right now, I don't think. Whoops. But yeah, that's my rant about AI. I'm not a fan of AI. What fucking day is it? Yeah, that's pretty much me. That's pretty much me. I'm always... Fridays are the worst for me because Friday to me is my Monday. Shut up. What are you ringing twice for? Oh, my brother. Friday to me is my Monday because I'm back to work today after having my 2 days off. But I also know it's the weekend coming up. But for some reason, just the way my brain looks at it, I think of today as Saturday, but it's actually Friday. And so for the rest of the week, I'm just really messed up on what day it is. Plus I work night shift, right? So like I'm going into work on Friday, but I'm coming home on Saturday. It really messes with my days. I get my days completely mixed up, let alone months and weeks and years. I have a meeting with a producer. Thank you, Preston. They're going to be doing a rock show. I don't remember what the word is that he used, but basically they're going to sing a bunch of Canadian rock music in the show. And funny enough, this show is probably going to be in a theater that my brother is working on getting a contract for. So I may end up like performing on stage and then walking off stage and then working night shift there, which would be friggin' hilarious. That just clued into me right now. But actually, does that work? Oh, it does work. Okay. But anyways, I have a meeting with this producer and it's going to be in September. And I'm just like, I'm so scared I'm going to forget what month I'm in because I never know. Like I have to pay child support at the beginning of the month. And sometimes my daughter's mom will message me and she'll be like, hey, it's the 3rd. Are you going to pay me? And I was like, oh crap. I didn't realize we were in the next month because I'm constantly at a loss at what day we're on, what month we're in. I never ever know. Is it Monday or is it Sunday? Exactly. Ooh, nice. Fried rice is delicious. I make fried rice once in a while. I love delicious. I love fried rice. But yeah, I never know what day it is. I never know what time it is. I'm always at a loss. The stream really throws me off now because before I kind of had a groove that I was in. You know, I would get up in the morning, I'd be home alone. Well, Alana would be sleeping, but it'd be a silent home. I'd have my breakfast, I would shower, I would sit down and start streaming. I was also streaming at 11 o'clock. I'd finish my stream, I'd go pick up Nora, and then I had the rest of the evening until work. But now, I get up and Nora's home because it's summer vacation. And so that kind of throws me off. I take a little bit longer to get ready. And so I start my stream at like 1:30. By the time I'm done, it's like 3:30, 4 o'clock. I don't have to pick up Nora, but now there's less time between me finishing my stream and me starting work. And so my whole day just feels thrown off. Thrown off. That doesn't sound weird at all. I put fried egg in my rice. Yeah, mine's money hungry. She's insanely money hungry. I don't know if you've heard this study where they've done this survey where basically people who use Facebook, I'm one of the older generations, so a lot of my friends still use Facebook. I don't. That got me in trouble, by the way, with my family. But a lot of people who use Facebook, if they're posting a lot about their relationship, about how wonderful their relationship is, how happy they are, constant pictures of them hugging and on dates and all this stuff, most of the time the relationship isn't very healthy. And people who never post about their spouse tend to be happier because they don't need to prove to anybody that they're happy. Whereas the person posting is proving to people that they're happy. My ex is the kind that has to prove everything about how wonderful the person they are with is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not to go too deep into it, but my ex left me for my cousin. And she cheated on me with him. And she would post all the time of how he was the love of her life. She would always post digs at me with like, he's a real man. Now I know what a real man is like and blah, blah, blah. Because she had him whipped. So he could do no wrong because he would do anything she wanted. I mean, it got to the point where he got a tattoo on his arm that she wanted, not because he wanted it. His license plate was his first initial and his last initial and her first initial and last initial. That was his license plate. Like he was whipped. So of course he was a real man to her because she could just do whatever she wanted. She also had multiple affairs behind his back. And so she would do that. Then they broke up because one of the guys she was having an affair with was suddenly the love of her life. Then she went and lived with him, with his kids and my kid. And then she had gotten her tubes tied after she had her second kid with my cousin. Then she was with this new guy and she kept posting on Facebook how he was the love of her life. He was a real man. He was amazing. And then would post about how she was thinking about getting her tubes untied because she wanted a child with a real man. Then she had an affair on him with another guy and the same story again. So it's like constantly having to post stuff like that. But each time the guy that she ended up with had more money than the last. I was dirt poor, so she didn't get anything out of me. My cousin was better off than I am, and then the guys, so on and so forth, have had way more money. And so she's insanely money hungry. So if I miss by like a day, she's on top of me. She's gotten better now because the guy she's with now has a ton of money, so she's not in need of the money anymore. Now it's just about riding my butt. But she used to be on top of it. Like if I was even, there were times where she would be messaging me at 10 in the morning, asking me why I hadn't given her her money yet. It's like, girl, it's 10 in the morning. I'm just getting up right now. And you want me to send it to you? Like, do you want me to literally open my eyes and be like, there's the money? It's crazy. Oh, I think shrimp is amazing. Shrimp is delicious. And in rice, shrimp fried rice is probably the best. Then I like chicken fried rice, and then beef is probably the third for me. I usually do mushroom fried rice. I do a lot of mushrooms in my fried rice. I love mushrooms though, and I know mushrooms aren't for everybody. A lot of people don't like mushrooms, but I love them. Okay, I messed up this one, but that's okay. Do I have... Yes, I do. Seaweed I'm not a fan of. Seaweed I don't like. Surprising enough. Crap, I lost count. Okay, so if it's right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know, ray tracing is beautiful, but holy crap, is it ever hard to see if there's not perfect light in front of you. Okay, one more. And then a bed. And then Blackstone. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I used to work at a car dealership, and one of the ladies that worked with me, she was a huge health fanatic. Like, this woman was in her late 40s. I don't think she was 50 yet, but she was in her late 40s, like 47, 48 years old. But the woman had the body of like a 20-year-old bodybuilder, like six pack, and like she'd be citing her paperwork and like her biceps were like throbbing because she was so muscular. The lady had a drive, let me tell you. But she used to drink and eat a ton of insanely healthy stuff, and her favorite was seaweed chips. And she gave me one to try, and I was like, nope, not for me, not for me. All I could taste was like seawater. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I couldn't get into seaweed. Seaweed was one thing I couldn't enjoy. I mean, there's a few things I can't enjoy. Like, I'm not a fan of scallions, or what are they called? Green onions. Not a fan of those. I hate those. Zucchini is another one that I can't get into. Oh, miso soup is good. I haven't had miso soup in forever either. Tofu I'm not a fan of either. I'll drink it in the miso soup. Even then I'll probably just skip the tofu chunks. I just don't like the texture. I can't get over the texture of tofu. When I was a vegan, I would try tofu and I couldn't get into it. There was one that was a veggie ground, so it was a vegetable mix that was like synthesizing meat. That one was okay, but tofu I can't get past the texture. It was just too squishy for me. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sushi, I've never understood the hype around sushi. I don't dislike it. I'll eat sushi and I'll enjoy it. I've actually been craving sushi recently, but I don't get the hype for it. In the neighborhood I lived in, which is, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I worked with a lot of Filipino women and a lot of Jamaican women, and we would all kind of comment and laugh. I'm Latino, for those who don't know. We would all kind of comment and laugh because the ongoing joke amongst us was that if you ever asked any of our white women coworkers what they wanted to do for like lunch, or if we were all going to get together after work for dinner, I never went to those, but if they were ever going to get together after work for dinner, where they wanted to go, always the answer was sushi. Every time it was sushi. You didn't even have to ask them because you knew sushi was the only place they wanted to go. And we would all laugh about it because we're like, they know there's other kinds of food, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because like Filipino food is great. Jamaican food is amazing. I love Jamaican food. But they would always say sushi. So it was the ongoing joke in our little lunch break area. Oops. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I'm on fire. What happened? Where did I end up? Oh, I'm over here. Whew, I almost died. Oh, I almost died. Hello, Gina. How you doing? Welcome. Yeah, sushi is expensive. Yeah, I was so close. Sushi is expensive. Yeah, and if your husband doesn't eat it, then it's not really even worthwhile. There are sushi options. It depends. I don't know how it is over there, because obviously I didn't know this until a few years ago, that different ethnicities food, like different ethnic food, is different in different countries. To expand what I'm trying to say, like if you eat Chinese food in the States, and then Chinese food in China, and then Chinese food in the UK, they're all very different because the Chinese people who bring that food over in the first place, or the people who lived in China or spent time in China and bring it over, they change it so it suits the people that are around them. So American palates are very different than Asian palates, and European palates are very different than American palates. So they have very different variations. So if you eat sushi in Europe, it's going to be different than the sushi you get here, which is also different than the sushi you get in Japan. And so like, I don't know how it is over there, but I know here they have a lot of sushi that isn't raw fish, where they'll do with like shrimp or crab or stuff like that. But I don't know enough about sushi to even suggest anything. But yeah, sushi's not for everybody. I like sushi, but it's just nothing crazy special for me. Eating sushi to me is like going out and getting Mexican or going out and getting Chinese food. It's just like, yeah, it's yummy, but I'm not going to get super excited. I get more excited about Chinese food than I do about sushi. You're all right? I am good. I am good. Yeah, I don't know how much sushi changes from place to place, but I do know there was a huge argument on TikTok recently, like a few months back, that people were getting Americans were getting really upset with people from the UK because one, people from the UK, I guess they use the wording let's go get a Chinese, I think is what they say. To say let's go get Chinese food, they'll say let's go get a Chinese, and of course Americans were getting really offended because I don't know, there's this lack of understanding that different places will have different phrases that don't necessarily mean the same thing that they mean to them, and so they were getting really upset, and then somebody else showed the Chinese food that they were eating, and a lot of Americans were making fun of them, saying like that's not real Chinese food, you guys are idiots and blah blah blah. And so a chef who had like lived in China and trained in China or whatever was talking about the history of Chinese food in England, and talked about how like if you open up a Chinese food restaurant with authentic Chinese ingredients, you're going to have a hard time finding the ingredients to begin with, but you're going to have a hard time convincing people to eat it because those ingredients are not average ingredients to somebody in the UK. You know, just like here, my country's famous dish is called pupusas, and it's very similar. It's like a tortilla, but you stuff the tortilla. The tortilla itself, it's not okay. When I mention this, they always go, "Oh, quesadillas," but quesadillas are two very flat tortillas with like it's like a tortilla sandwich. Ours is actually a much thicker tortilla, and it's stuffed inside. So when you make the tortilla, the filling is in there, and then when you flatten it out and cook it, the filling is already part of it. And the three average fillings that we do is we'll do like a refried bean, cheese, or we'll do it's pork rinds are the translation that I always find, but it's like a fat, almost pork belly, but it's fried to a crisp, and then you blend it up. And here, it's very hard to find the right cheese. You don't get the right cheese, and there's a veggie we put inside of it that you don't get here, that it doesn't ever get sold here. So either you have to pay somebody to bring it in, which I think is illegal, so you can't really get it anyway, or you put in a different veggie. So what we use normally is onion and green pepper. That gives a very similar flavor, but you can't really find it. The veggie is called a loroco. I don't know what it's actually called in English. And so we've slightly changed it so we can use the ingredients that are here. Same with the cheese. We use mozzarella, but it's a different type of cheese. I can't remember what kind of cheese it is, but mozzarella is what we use because it's the same kind of melty, gooey cheese. And with the beef, that kind of beef isn't really seen here, or not beef, the pork isn't really seen here. So we just buy pork loin and fry it. Now ours does taste better because our pork loin is of higher quality. Back home, you get lower quality beef because it's a third world country, right? Or meat because it's a third world country. So so it's the same situation with like Chinese food. As you come here, you're not going to get the exact same ingredients you would get in China. So you can't make the exact same meal you would get in China. And Chinese culture has different tastes when it comes to food. Like I know cold water is a big thing in China where they will not drink cold water. I don't know how much it's changed now, but up until like 7 or 8 years ago, some of the footage that I saw of people living in China and kind of showing what life was like, drinking cold water out there is seen as unhealthy and actually seen to do more damage than good. Whereas like in Canada and in the States, cold water is how you cool down. You only think of drinking cold water. They drink warm water. We're not talking like hot boiled water for tea. We're talking like warm, not even room temperature, but like warm water. And so even that slight difference changes how the meals are interpreted. So there's changes. I would be very interested in trying, like I always dreamed of going to different places and eating different foods authentically from those countries. Like I've wanted to go to China. I know, is it Vietnam? I think it's Vietnam. I don't know. I'm taking a stab in the dark. I think it's Vietnam, where there are certain small villages where street vendors will sell fried rats. I want to try that. I really want to try that because I get it. We have the mentality of like, ew, it's a rat, it's disgusting. But I can't help but look at it and go, that looks really yummy and I want to try it. I would absolutely try that. Now, me actually getting out to Asia, I think it's Vietnam. Me getting out to Vietnam and trying it is almost gonna not happen because I don't have any plans of going to Asia anytime soon because I can't afford it. But that would be 100% something I would try. Hold on, I'm just looking for something. So I'm not ignoring you. I'm not like browsing through my phone for the sake of it. I'm trying to find one specific picture that I want to show you. I've shown this on stream before. Watch me get banned on TikTok for this. I wouldn't be surprised. Is it gonna work? I don't know. You can kind of see it. Let me turn the brightness up just a little bit more. It's hard to tell. It's not focusing very well. Oh, it's the NVIDIA broadcast. Hold on. That's what's messing with it. Boom. There we go. If you see that, that is a barbecued iguana. So I ate that in El Salvador. It's a barbecued iguana. You have to have a special license in El Salvador to be able to sell those, because in El Salvador, those are seen as vermin. They're everywhere. Like the first place we went to when we got to El Salvador, we drove there, and the first day that we finally got to our location, it was my uncle's house. We pulled into his driveway, and there was just an iguana on the side of the wall, just standing there looking at us. And then he went and like swatted it with a broom to get it away, because they're like vermin. They are everywhere. And they used to cook them everywhere, but then I guess they started to kill them off, and there's a whole like pet industry around those iguanas and stuff. There's also regulations on how you're supposed to prepare them, and so you have to have a special license. So there's only a couple of places in El Salvador that does cook them legally, and that was a restaurant that I went to. It was messed up because the iguana was only about this big, so it was clearly a juvenile iguana, but they had an adult iguana in a cage sitting next to me as I was eating. It was like in the middle of the restaurant. The restaurant had like a centerpiece. It was open to the sky in the middle, and the edging had all it was like a pillar of light in the middle, and then the edging was all roofed, and that's where we were sitting. And in the middle was where the iguana was in a cage, and it was huge, and it was just sitting there staring at me as I was eating this iguana. Yeah, I didn't fully imagine that that's what it would look like either, and I know it sounds very cliche. And I'm not saying it because it's cliche. I'm saying it because it is 100% authentic. It tastes like chicken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It was absolutely delicious. It was amazing. I don't think I'm ever going to go back to El Salvador. If I do, it might be to a resort, if anything. But I would want to go back to El Salvador just to have another one. They were so good. The hardest part about eating iguana is, and this is something you don't think about because we eat all the same typical meats throughout all of our lives. I didn't know where the bones were. I didn't know where any of the bones were. It was hard to eat because I would bite, and then all of a sudden there'd be a bone there that I wasn't expecting to be there. So that part was a little bit hard for me to deal with. But outside of that, it was amazing. And it was such a fresh meal because it was the iguana with a little scoop of rice, and then it had fresh veggies. So there was like fresh avocado, and over in El Salvador, they don't really use, well, the more westernized cities use it, but the more cultural food doesn't really use regular salad dressings like we do. It was just lime that was spritzed on top of the salad. It was delicious. It was amazing. Liam, hello. Slavery is bad. I don't know what kind of question that is. Egen, this is just the ray tracing shader. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I do read chat. It was just I was in the middle of telling a story. There we go. The only time I don't read chat on TikTok specifically is if I'm in VR, because there's no way for me to hear it in my headset while I'm playing. No, the one that was in the cage next to me, yeah, that was alive. It was alive. It was alive and staring at me. It was really weird because they brought the plate out, and it was like a guilty psychic moment because they brought the plate out and she's like, here you go. My dad had told the waitress that I had never had an iguana before and that I come from Canada. And She brings it out. She's like, here you go. I hope you enjoy. My dad got iguana soup. That was really good too. And she puts it down. And then I look at the cage as I'm sitting there. And the iguana did one of those things that the birds do when they're looking at you. Like it was looking away and then it looked at me like its eye turned to me. And then it tilted its head. Almost like a, go ahead. Eat it. And I was like, oh my God, I feel so bad. I feel so bad. You know what I mean? Oh man. I didn't, Dr. H. Apparently, the PSVR does not allow you to read chat in the headset. The PSVR 1 did, the PSVR 2 doesn't. They allow you to listen to the chat in your headset, but you can't actually see it, which is really weird. I hope they fix that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I always find it really weird that somebody will come in, they'll message. If I don't answer within like 2 minutes, their next message is usually, does he even read chat? And then they immediately leave. I don't know if people realize that like there are multiple people talking, so you can't always answer them right away. I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. But Dr. H, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing really well. Yeah, eating the iguana was a weird experience. It was a good experience. I absolutely loved eating it, and it was delicious. I would do it again. Would 100% recommend. Why can't I put the bed down? Oh, crap! Again! It happened again. I didn't even do that on purpose. I was just trying to put the bed down and it glitched. Wait, the stream froze? It's not frozen anywhere else. Try refreshing on. Oh, he can't see me anyway. The stream's frozen. Try refresh. In and out of the hot. Oh no, dude, what'd you do to your back? What did you do to your back? That's pretty serious, man. Morphine is an insanely powerful painkiller, especially for back pain. Like, it's very, very common, don't get me wrong, but it's like they won't go to morphine unless like they literally can't get anything else to work. I mean, the next step is hydromorphone, and then you're looking at like fentanyl levels, but then that's more like, that's severe pain. Exactly, man. Did you actually text me? I didn't get a text. Did you text me? I was thinking about that today. I was showering and I was thinking of you, Ty. No, I was getting out of the shower and I was doing my hair and I was like, I haven't heard from Ty. Okay, no, it was just from the last time that it took me 2 days. It's just from the last time I took 2 days to answer you. Oh, man. Oh, man, that's horrible. You know, that's the worst part is we live in a world where that option isn't really... Oh, it's already there. Cool. After this, I gotta go to Best Buy. We live in a world where like just quitting your job isn't really an option for a lot of people, because a lot of people do the jobs that are bad for them, not because they want to do a job that's bad for them, but because they have no choice. It's the only one that pays them well enough, right? It's the same with me. I've got trigger finger, right? So like I can... Oh, where are my gloves? Oh, I had lost my gloves for weeks. I found them yesterday. I washed them. I can finally wear them. I forgot to put them on. So I can make a... Today, my hands are pretty warmed up. I can make a fist to about there. If I... Oh, hold on. Okay, there. That finger is now swollen. It's not as bad today. My pain isn't as bad today, but it is locked right here. And it pops. Can you see when it like snaps all of a sudden? So right there, and then wait. Oh, it didn't do it so bad. It's locked, but it's not. Oh, now it's stuck. Now they're stuck. Oh crap. So this is painful. This is now the pain here isn't bad. It's just it's like pressure on my tendon. I can feel the pressure squeezing. It's the opening that hurts. So to open it, I have to either just endure the popping pain, or I straighten this part out, which gives it just enough leeway for it to open. It's my job causing the pain. I can't quit my job. If I quit my job, I'm going to take like a drastic pay cut. And I'm not talking like $2 or $3 drastic. I'm talking like $9 to $10 an hour drastic pay cut. So I'm going to endure the pain. And it really sucks that you're in so much pain that you should quit your job. You probably can't. I used to have chronic back pain. I actually went to a chiropractor. If you believe in chiropractors, all the power to you. I don't believe in chiropractors. I don't suggest chiropractors to anybody. But at the time, I had no other recourse. I was in so much pain all the time. I went to a chiropractor. And the chiropractor told me that by the time I was about 35 to 40, I would probably be using a cane. By the time I was 50, I was going to be in a wheelchair because my pain would be so bad. My back pain is 75% gone now. I didn't do anything. I'm not telling you this to be like, this is what I did to fix me. I don't know what it was that helped my pain go away, but my pain has now been reduced tenfold. I get a lot of nights where I throw out my back. There's been multiple times, a couple times a year, where I post a video where I'm like, I can't stream because I throw out my back. Xbox Master, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate that. But yeah, the chiropractor was wrong. That being said, I know what it's like because I couldn't do anything about it. I was in severe pain all the time, but I needed to work. I couldn't take time off. The only time I would take time off is when I physically couldn't go to work. Mind you, I react really badly to medications, so something like morphine I wouldn't be able to take. I take Percocets. When I broke my hand and I broke my ankles, I took Percocet. I only took it for like a day or two because the feeling it gave me was worse than the pain, so I just didn't take it. Jose Mendez, hello. So I'm in Ontario. I don't know where you're from. I'm in Canada, in Ontario. It's legal to take that stuff here, but it's illegal to drive while doing it. And I drive for work. And I work night shift. So I'm out in the middle of the night. So I'm literally the only car on the road. So there's at least once a week I get followed around by a cop. Usually checking my license plate, then they leave. But if I do a little bit of the Mary Jane, the odds of getting pulled over would be really high if I did it. Second, I was just saying about how I can't take anything. Like I take Percocets and I get really sick. Mary Jane does the same thing. Alana laughs at me. She is a habitual user and she uses it for anxiety and stuff and for pain. And in the 8 years we were together, I used it with her twice. And one time she had a hysterical fit watching me because I just became a goofball. But I felt really sick for like the next day and a half. I can't do it. My body does not do well with it. Yeah, see, and again, I'm not gonna judge people for using chiropractors. I think chiropractors do have use for people, but it's been proven time and again that it's no more successful than like a massage therapist. But massage therapists don't have histories of like paralysis or death, and chiropractic care has that prevalent in their system. I would rather just go to a massage therapist than risk being paralyzed because I unluckily chose a bad chiropractor. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying all chiropractors are like that. I'm just saying just the risk for the reward isn't worth it for me. Especially when you find out what chiropractors, what they learned and where it came from and how the regulatory system works in Canada when it comes to chiropractic. You don't know if they're one of the chiropractors that learned like proper scientific method or if they learned the traditional chiropractic method. Because the traditional chiropractic method, the dude says he learned it from a ghost. Legitimately, that is where he learned his training. That a ghost came and told him that by fixing your back, you could fix any problem. And so there's no way to prove which kind of training your chiropractor had. Plus the risk of like lifelong injury to me just isn't worth it. I'd rather just go to a massage therapist. That being said, Some people get very, very high benefits from it. So I can't say, and obviously we have a regulatory system that watches them. So within the risk, there's a lot of safety measures put in place in Canada. There's not as many news reports of death and injury in Canada as there is in places like the UK. The UK has a lot more, but I guess there's a lot less regulation happening there. Like the regulation that exists is done by chiropractors themselves. So like one hand washes the other kind of thing. But for me, it's just not something that would be worth it. It's kind of like homeopathic stuff. Yeah, vitamins are good for you and so are oils and stuff, but I'm going to go to a doctor when it comes to cancer than to somebody who's going to tell me to cut out carbs. You know what I mean? Yeah, Dr. H. I don't, what back alley chiro did you go to? No, it's not a back alley chiro thing. It's like, that's legitimately what they do. There's like a whole thing. If you watch, you have chiropractors that are literally doing it on infants, and every medical expert knows that you don't do anything like that on infants because their bones are not fully formed and their nervous system is so delicate that even like laying them in the wrong position could kill a child. And these guys are sitting there cracking a baby's neck at like 9 months old. They're quacks. Not all of them, but a big chunk of them are. And chiropractic practice fully started on a guy who said he heard it from a ghost. From there, it divided in two. So the history, I can't remember the exact details. The history started with this guy saying that he talked to a ghost and the ghost told him this. And then it was like he trained somebody and then he had a son, I think is what the story is. And like one of them went off to do more scientific, not we're going to cure everything with this. Like we can cure cancer by cracking your back. More like, you know, if you have pain, this will help kind of adjust you so the pain can be relieved for a while. And the other guy went down the line of, we're going to cure cancer, we're going to cure AIDS, we're going to cure dementia by cracking your back. Because they have the rudimentary understanding of the nervous system is connected through your whole body, and most of the nervous system runs through your back. And so that made them make the leap towards, well, then you can fix everything by fixing your back, which is just not how it works. And they're not trained in medicine, but through the chiropractic education they get, they're almost convinced that they are. So there's a lot of cases of full-fledged licensed chiropractic people with a full medical location where they do this, where they've cracked somebody's neck and killed them. Because we have major arteries running through our neck. There's one guy in particular who, in England, he had his neck cracked. He screamed, and then the chiropractor threw him on the floor and started giving him CPR because she broke his neck. And in the break, she broke an artery in his neck, which made him bleed out. And so he died, and then she put him back on the table. They called 911, and she didn't mention any of the neck issues that he was having. She just said he screamed and this happened. So they just thought he was having a stroke. They didn't know his neck was broken. And so when he got to the hospital, he was dead. And then they investigated her. She lost her license for a year, and now she's back to doing the same thing. Because the regulatory system was run by other chiropractors, and they knew that if they admitted that what she did lacked the training that she needed to do it, and that she didn't have the training to deal with an emergency or the knowledge of how the body works to deal with that kind of situation, they would have to admit that the chiropractic industry is all undertrained and is all insanely dangerous. So they just said it was an accident and he just had a stroke and that's what he died from, and she did nothing wrong. And that's from like a regulated chiropractor with proper training in an actual like facility, not in their house doing it. And all of the industry is run off of that. So like I said, not every chiropractor will do neck work. A lot of chiropractors won't. But there's enough of them that will, and there's nothing stopping them from doing it. That I wouldn't work with that. I wouldn't want to deal with that. I wouldn't want them to touch me. No, thank you. Yeah, one wrong move and you're gone. Yeah, I'm good. Jose, I don't need it. Like I said, my back pain is like 75, 80% gone. So I don't need anything. It doesn't really have, it wouldn't have any benefit for me. Plus the cost. It's too expensive and I'm cheap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, And I think it's roughly around here. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I don't need it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've never like the medication that I take. One is heart medication because I have high blood pressure. Weed wouldn't help with that in any way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I have ADHD, which, I mean, I guess that might help because some people do say that that kind of helps slow your brain down a little bit. I find that it makes my brain go, I don't know if it makes my brain go faster, but it makes me feel like I'm not, it makes me feel like the whole world is in slow motion. So I feel like I'm not able to get my thoughts out because it's just taking too long. Does that make sense? What I'm trying to say? And so it almost like exacerbates my ADHD when I've done it. And then just the sick feeling. I just don't like the sick feeling. But that's just my body with most medications, which kind of sucks because there are a lot of medications that would be very, very helpful for me. Like I have pretty bad allergies and I can't take any anti-allergy stuff. Benadryl is the big one that they're trying to get off the market now because it's been linked with dementia in a very significant way. And it's just not a good medication to take. And so that one was known for putting you to sleep. That was one of the major side effects to it. And then they started coming out with the new ones that don't have that side effect. But even the ones that don't have that side effect will knock me out for 14 or 15 hours. So I can't take anti-allergy stuff because if I take it, I'm done for the day, which really sucks. And it's not even like I get a good deep sleep. Like if I take melatonin, I go to sleep and I'm good. No, I feel like I went on a bender for the last 3 days. And so like I'm hungover for a day and a half after sleeping for 14 hours. It really sucks. Really, really sucks. She wouldn't let you scare the doctor. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've never done morphine. Thankfully, I've never been in enough pain to need morphine. Percocet was the only thing that they ever suggested for the amount of pain I was in for my broken fist and my broken ankles. Yeah, I don't know how I would react. Okay, let's pop some of these. Oh, I didn't put a bed in. Okay. In case anything happens, I'd be petrified. I've never been put under. I would be scared. It's not very often it happens. Here's a horror story. Maybe I shouldn't tell you this because then nobody's going to want it. And I'm a big scientific method healthcare advocate. I was in school for nursing and everything. So I'm a big believer in the way the healthcare systems have evolved. But I also know that we're not doing the best things possible because even 20 years ago, there were things that we were doing that nowadays we would see as barbaric, but back then were normal. There are plenty of stories of people who are put under anesthesia and they're wide awake for it. Like they're alert for whatever surgery they're going through. If you don't know how anesthesia works, they put your brain to sleep. I just learned this part, but I had an inkling of it, but now I've heard it from anesthetic doctors in particular now. They put your brain to sleep, but your body's still awake. Your body is still actively feeling the pain. That is why it is so dangerous to go under surgery. That is why they say things like, you know, if you're sick, if you're overweight, if you're underweight, if you have high blood pressure to a certain degree, they will not do surgeries on you because your brain is asleep so you don't feel the pain, but your body still feels all of it. So your body still reacts as if it's under trauma, which is why it's so risky. But there are times where the way that they administer anesthesia, there are certain, like it's a layered effect. So they have to like put your conscious mind to sleep, and then they have to actually turn off your nervous system so you don't respond when you're being hurt because not going too deep into it, we have two different styles of nervous systems. It's all connected, but there are two ways that our bodies react. We have the nervous system that sends the signal from like your fingertip. When you touch something, it goes up your nervous system in your arm to your spine, up to your head. Your brain reacts and sends the reaction back down to your skin, whether you're going to pull away or grab or whatever. But then there's the automatic response system, which actually I can't remember what the part is called anymore. Is it a ganglia? I can't remember. But basically it skips going all the way up to your brain. So what it does is it sends the signal from your finger to that response sender and then makes your muscles react instantly. That's why, I don't know if you've ever noticed, think about it next time. Pay attention to yourself next time. If you ever touch something that you think is hot accidentally, like if you're cooking and you accidentally touch the pot, you will pull your hand away before you feel the pain of hurting yourself. And that is your brain being left out of the equation. Your body just pulls away. So they turn off your nervous system so your body doesn't do that while you're out, as they're cutting you open and stuff. And then they turn off your muscle reactors. The problem is that there have been a lot of cases where the anesthesia is set properly for the muscle reactor, but not for the brain or the nervous system. So you cannot physically react, but you feel and see and hear everything that's happening. So there have been people that have gone under anesthesia, had a very deep surgery, and felt all of it and couldn't do a thing about it. They couldn't scream, they couldn't move, they couldn't flinch. They just sat and had it happen. That would scare me about going under. I wouldn't be so scared about dying or anything, because if I'm going to die in surgery, I'm probably not going to know what happened, so that's cool. I'd be more scared that I would wake up in the middle of surgery without them realizing it. That would be scary. Yeah, all your muscles are stuck. And so they tell you not to eat because some of the surgery movements and stuff can cause you to vomit. You know, they hit the wrong nerve, or you are, suddenly you spasm because something goes wrong and then you start to vomit, but you're unable to swallow and you're unable to do anything. And so you could throw up and it goes in your lungs and then you aspirate and then it can kill you. So surgery is actually a lot more dangerous than people, I think, fully comprehend. I think people know it's dangerous. I don't think people realize just how dangerous it can be. That being said, though, there's a lot of training. There's a lot of safety protocol in the way. So it is there's a lot of surgeries out there that are very, very common, and obviously through how common it is, the risks are very, very minimal. Thankfully, I've never had to have surgery yet anyway, knock on wood. Although I did have to get stitches on my thumb, and they couldn't numb it, and that really sucked. That really sucked. Hello! Symbol, how you doing? Welcome. Underscore Foscus. Hello, welcome. Oh, underscore, you have no idea. All of my conversations are weird. All of them. We will talk about the most random stuff on this channel. Right now we're talking about surgeries. But just like half an hour ago, we were talking about eating weird foods, and I was talking about how I ate an iguana. We talk about the most random stuff here. This whole stream is basically about just chilling. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. As I am looking for ancient debris and have found none yet. But yeah, surgery scares me. I'd be scared of surgery. Okay. Oh, this is gonna mess me up. There's a lot of stuff in here. Oh well. Let's do it anyway. Let's see if we run into any good luck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No ancient debris. What is this? Put the bed down. Put the bed down. Oh. Okay. Put the bed down. Blackstone. Boom. Boom. Ah! No! Get away from me. Stupid fire. All right, Dr. H. Yeah, you relax. Go chill yourself out. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate you being here, man. I hope you start feeling better soon. That really sucks. Take care of yourself, dude. Don't go overboard, because honestly, if you're at a point right now where you can prevent it, do it, because you don't want to get to your 50s with permanent back damage, because it only gets worse. And you don't want to end up at the point where you need somebody like me to come into your room and help you get into the shower because you can't do it anymore. I know making a good living is kind of hard to give up, especially in the world we live in right now, but trust me, it's not worth it. It's really not. The depression I see in men specifically who end up having to have other guys come in and wipe their butts because they can't do it anymore. It's just not worth it. Just take care of yourself, man. Did I build my PC? Yes. Both of them. I'm using a dual PC setup now. So I'm playing Minecraft on one PC and I'm streaming on the other, but I actually have them reversed right now, which I'm not looking forward to fixing, but I have to. My gaming PC is what I'm streaming from, and my not as strong PC is what I'm gaming from, and it should be the other way around. But I have to rearrange the whole house in the near future, and I just didn't want to have to go through all the trouble of swapping around the hardware, because I have to take apart my whole system for that, just to put it together and then take it apart in a couple of weeks when I remove everything. When I remove everything, I'm going to wipe the computers again. Good, man. Good. I'm glad to hear that. All right, go take a break, dude. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate being here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got 2, and I think I had 1 ancient debris in the house, I think. We're almost out of beds. We have 3 more. Okay. Oh, I did it again. Damn it. Okay, I promise you all, I'm not an idiot. I'm not doing that on purpose. Like, eat the burger. Oh. I'm not doing it on purpose. I go to put the bed down and it doesn't put it down, and then I click it again and the game glitches and the bed's suddenly there. Like, when I put it down, it glitches and doesn't visually put it down. So I click again, but then all of a sudden it's there and then I blow up. I mean, I am an idiot, but the blowing up thing isn't me being an idiot. It's me being impatient, which I guess is kind of a way of me being an idiot. But still, I'm not doing it on purpose, I swear. I swear. Oh, dang it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hey, ancient debris, I see it right there. Click. Okay. Let's just get the ancient debris. Gimme. Is that the only one? Nope, there's another one. And another one. Oh, 3 vein. Nice. I think 4 is the maximum you can do, right? Okay. That's pretty good. Cover, hello. What was being weird for you? What happened? Anti-ghost? Oh, so that's like a full-blown thing. I thought it was because I was using ray tracing, because it only ever really happens to me when I'm ray tracing. If I have my ray tracing off, it doesn't happen as much unless my world is like gigantic, which this world isn't huge. It's kind of big, but I haven't done a bunch in it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm gonna have to look that up though, because yeah, the ghosting thing is a pain in the butt. It's one of the worst things to deal with in this game. And right now it's happening with the stupid bed. Usually it happens when I'm mining. So the block will disappear and reappear, and then it'll kind of like lock up the screen for a second, and then it'll disappear a second time. Weird. Brandon, hello. Nice to see you. Welcome. How are you? Seeing people lose hardcore worlds from ghost lava. Oh, I think I would quit being a Minecraft streamer in general if that's what I was and that happened. I think I would quit being a Minecraft streamer. Seriously. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm not even a Minecraft streamer. Just a variety dude, but I would quit it. I would quit it with that. That would, oh, that would infuriate me. I'm still feeling the, oh, that would be horrible. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm at 6.5K on YouTube. I'm gonna have to start planning like a 10K celebration video or something soon. I think the momentum slowed down because in a week I've gained 500, whereas like last week in a week I gained almost 1,000. So it's slowed down now, but 10K is not far away anymore. Like it's 3.5K away. That's nuts. Yes, Brandon. So I have jump scares through donations. So I just leave that there because sometimes I have them turned off for whatever reason. Before they were turned off and I had people come in and try, and then it was just a $6 donation and it didn't actually do anything. And they were disappointed. So I leave the jump scares on so people know that it's on. But I also, it used to be a really big part of my channel. I took like a year off from streaming. I've been back now for about 5 months. But I took a year off from streaming and it was a really big part of my channel. So I've got it in my titles everywhere because I'm also live on Twitch and on TikTok. I've got it on my titles everywhere just so people kind of know it exists. Because I am a chicken and I scream a lot. And so people like to kind of pop in and do a jump scare even if I'm playing something like Minecraft because I'm not expecting it. And so I have that on my title just so people know that it is an option. And then people, if they want to scare me, they know they can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I have certain followers, they don't come around anymore. They used to come around all the time, that they only scared me when I wasn't playing something scary. They didn't like to scare me when it was a horror game because they felt that it didn't make sense if I was already scared to scare me again. They wanted to scare me when I wasn't scared. Which I looked at it the opposite way. If I wasn't scared, the scare wasn't as high. If I was already scared, the scare would throw me over the edge. But to each their own, I guess. Tupper Hunter, hello. How you doing? Yeah, Brandon. So I try to keep it, I try to keep it in my titles just so, one, people know it exists, and two, if I have to turn it off for whatever reason, then I'll turn it off. Like if I'm playing a game where let's say I'm one of those days where I just don't want to get scared because I'm having a bad day or whatever, I'll put like jump scares off or whatever, just so that way people know, hey, don't bother. It's not going to actually alert that way. I'm doing okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Dang it. There's the ghosting. There's the ghosting. Stupid ghosts. By the way, to anybody watching, piece of advice, pro tip, if you will. Don't watch scary stuff, scary stories, even if you're a skeptic, because I'm a skeptic. I don't believe in that kind of stuff. But don't watch scary stories if you work by yourself, night shift, in buildings that make a lot of weird noises that are dark and scary. And especially if you have to like walk outside afterwards in the middle of the night, don't do it. Especially if you're going to start living on your own in the near future. I'm not talking about anybody in particular. It's completely a coincidence that is what my life is right now. Because the fear is not worth it. The fear is not worth it. Exactly, underscore. And that's exactly it. A lot of scary games either have very predictable jump scares, so you know they're about to happen, so it almost kind of kills it, or it builds it up and then it's like oh, it was just a cat, and it kind of like takes away the fear. This allows the viewer to control when it happens. It also gives me the unknown factor because I can't predict when somebody's going to do it because it'll just happen. And it also allows the viewer who knows the game to know that something is about to happen. So they'll beat the game to it. So that way, even though I'm expecting the jump scare, like, oh, if I open this door, I'm going to get jump scared, they'll jump scare me before I open it, which allows the moment of fear, which was like the big thing that they were all going for before when I used to do it a lot. So it's a pretty powerful tool when it comes to scaring people. It allows that. And I have a really messed up audio setup on my computer, which is, problematic at times. My sound will cut off and things will go wrong all the time. But the reason it's so complicated is I actually have my sound set up so my alerts are extra loud to me and not to you guys. So you guys have regular audio levels for alerts. They're still loud, but they're not phenomenally loud. And I have hearing damage. I was in live music for years. I have hearing damage, so I try not to listen to my audio at full blast all the time. I used to. And the problem is that the game would be really loud and the jump scare would come through, but like once you're at level 10, the jump scare is also at level 10. It doesn't stand out. So now I keep my volume at like 60 to 70%, but the jump scares are still at 100%. So when they come in, they're insanely loud in my ears, which adds the extra fear to it because I'm used to a certain level of volume. But I have it set up so you don't hear that because there are people that are watching me that are, you know, at work or they're, you know, at home, or they might be with their kids and their kids are sleeping, and the jump scare being super loud just kind of, it affects them and it shouldn't. So I've made it so it affects me more than them. It's still kind of loud, but not super loud for other people. You know what I mean? Bing bong. I can't see what it is. Uncanny GG. Thanks for the rose. Guys, if you haven't heard of Uncanny GG, if you are a streamer, I gotta tell you, they have been working. I think it's the CEO. I don't know, one of like the big wigs. Used to work for NASA. He's super genius dude. They have made a program that actually like uses AI to catch instant replay stuff for your streams. Super cool tool. My buddy Noctwolf runs their TikTok page, and he's full of information. He's full of streaming tips and things that this program can do or will do in the future. And it's come a really long way in the last year and a half. If you're a streamer and you're looking for something like that, Uncanny GG, definitely want to check them out. They're really, really powerful. And I think it's a game changer because they were the first I ever heard of, and I'm now starting to see copycat stuff, but none of them seem to be as refined as Uncanny. I would definitely check out Uncanny if you can, because Uncanny is pretty powerful. No, you're the best. I don't have anything worth replaying because I literally stop and talk for half an hour. So, but Uncanny is definitely a strong tool. If you're a streamer and you want stuff like that, Uncanny is definitely where it's at, because before it was like one game is what they worked with. Now they have AI that actually predicts stuff and will do a lot more. It's come a really long way, and they're working really hard, and you can tell the people behind it are not just like business people trying to make money. They're passionate about content creation and gaming and stuff. So there's a lot more understanding behind it. Worth a check out if you're a streamer, 100%. All right, Brandon, see you later. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate you being here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. But yeah, I back to the horror thing. I'm very excited for the near future. Is that all of them? That's all of them. Okay. Boom. For the very near future, because Alana she's planning to be gone in 2 weeks. I don't know for sure because she's relying on her sister to take her, and her sister may not be able to make it on the date that they've planned. But if she does, they'll be gone in like 2.5 weeks, and then I can start setting everything up. And my plan as it stands right now, I'm on fire. Stop it. Okay. All right. I should be okay. As it stands right now, the plan is to start implementing my horror streams again, and kind of, I'm going to expand my streams. They're not going to be, only a couple of hours anymore. They're going to go up to like 4 or 5 hours again. I am going to expand up to 5 days a week for the time being, once they're gone. And I want to make horror a bigger part of it again, because it really isn't a big part of my channel right now. And I definitely want to make it a big part of it. I'm probably going to pick like an evening stream 1 day a week for sure, just so I can have more of a tense setting for me. Not to mention, I'm probably going to get scared a lot easier because I'll be living completely alone. I live in an apartment. It's a house, but it's got an upstairs apartment, and nobody lives up there. And I'll be living completely alone in here. So I'm probably going to get scared a lot easier. So I'm really excited to kind of bring the horror aspect back to my stream. Although I'm probably going to regret it very quickly. I'll probably regret it really quickly. because after I'm done the stream, I'm gonna be alone for the rest of the night. That's gonna really be rough. You know what I mean? Because I get scared easily, not just like jump scares, but like I feel scared easily. So I could just imagine after having a really rough night of jump scares and a horror game, and then I'm just by myself for the rest of the night in the dark, and I'm a night worker, so like on my days off, I'm just up all night long. I could just imagine being alone in the dark in my house at night at like 3 in the morning and have nobody to talk to because all my friends are asleep. I'm gonna regret it, but it's gonna be amazing. When things settle down for you. Yeah, absolutely, dude. You can absolutely pick my brain about whatever you want because I'm more than happy to share. I think you've got a very for my tastes of content, I like your content. I like seeing people's collections, and you know, I've noticed you've been doing more like fun facts or like interesting things about a game that you're talking about, even if it's just like a memory of you playing it. I love those kind of videos. I'm a big fan of the Happy Console Gamer, who's a YouTuber, and that's how he started. Now, he didn't go hunting and show you what he was hunting for, but he would just like pull something off his shelf and be like, oh, this is a game I remember when I was 15, and he'll just tell you a story about being 15 years old. There's another one, and playing a game. I love that stuff, and I feel like your channel would be very good for that. So you can absolutely pick my brain about anything if you have questions about, you know, I'm not good at like analytics or any of that kind of stuff, but if you're looking at like lighting or sound or like editing process, I can absolutely help you with that stuff. It's because collecting content gives me 6 likes. Fun facts get me like 20 likes. It's so hard to even know what to do. It's kind of the same for me, and the thing is that it seems like lately the likes and comments don't necessarily depict anything about the channel anymore, because I will make a video and it'll get no views, but it's got, you know, every other view leaves a like, so it'll have like 200 views but it'll have 100 likes. It's like 50% interaction right there, and yet the video goes nowhere. And then I have another one that'll have 0 comments and it'll have, you know, maybe 5% interaction, yet it's got 40,000 views, and I just don't understand what that means anymore, because it doesn't seem to make sense. Before, if people interacted with your content, it would blow up, but now it doesn't seem to do anything. I've gotten to the point that I pretty much don't even look at my numbers anymore for anything, because I just never know what's going to happen. You just never know. And TikTok isn't so good at this, but I know YouTube, you'll post a video and it'll do nothing for months, and then all of a sudden it'll just blow up. I need help with setup. Yeah, I can absolutely help you with that, man. And I am cheap, so I can help you have a good setup without necessarily spending a lot of money. Because I've said this many times. I don't know if you've ever been around when I've said it, but I've said this many times. I built my own lights when I first started streaming. My very first lights ever were like dollar store stuff. And so I thought my lighting was okay. It's not as good as it is now, but it was more because I didn't know what I was doing as much as I do now. I'm much better at lighting and stuff now, and NVIDIA broadcast adds a huge level of quality right away. But everything, like my original lights, I went to the dollar store, and they have those big pots that you can use for plants, and it was a plastic one. It was about this big, and it was a plastic pot. I bought it for $3. And then I took a thing of aluminum foil. I glued it on the inside of the pot so it would be reflective. The whole inside, including the base. I had cut a hole in the middle of the bottom of the pot, and I bought one of those. It's like you just plug it into the wall and it's a light bulb at the end. It was one of those, and I put a dollar store LED light bulb in there, and then I hot glued it in the hole inside the pot. And then I bought a shower curtain, and then I glued the shower curtain to the front of the pot so it was like a softer light. And now it was at my grandmother's house, so I could open holes and stuff. I just drilled it to the wall, but you could find a way to clip it to, you know, a stand or whatever, depending on how creative you want to get. And I literally drilled it to the wall, and that was my light. I couldn't control the color, I couldn't control the brightness, but I had a light, and that instantly brought my quality up huge. And so, and the total thing, I think the most expensive was the actual like socket, and that was like $10. So in total, maybe I spent $20 on the light. you can get LED lights now from Amazon for about $30, so it's a little bit less, cheap looking, and it gives you a few more extra tools that you can work with, and you're not spending much more money. When I did that, you know, you weren't really getting content creation stuff on Amazon. It wasn't very easy to find, and if you were finding it, it was expensive. But I can help you set up, and you don't need, oh, I didn't turn on that light. You don't need a huge expensive setup. And like that all that light does is just like, it outlines my hair a little bit more. It reflects on my hair a little bit more, which just makes me stand out. And honestly, with like 2 budget lights, we can get your setup to look decent. If we do 2 budget lights and like 1 floodlight, which the floodlights on Amazon, I have one on my ceiling. Where is it? It's on my phone, I think. It's a very, very minimal change, but look at this, look at this. Sorry guys, I geek out on this stuff. This is why I'm more than glad to help you, Ty. I think it's this one. Is it this one? No, that's the strip. It's this one. All it does is, did it work? There it is. Look at my logo, like right by my logo here. You can kind of see it's off right now, and then it's on. All it does is just add a tiny highlight there. That little blue light. And the reason it's there, it's not really noticeable, but it lights up my background, and it helps me just kind of stand out from the background. I've got another blue floodlight over here, but this one I have to control with an actual like button controller, and it's not very good. But both of those lights, they cost me like $15 or $20. So you get one of those, and you're usually sitting in with a wall behind you. If you literally just put that, like, you can either put it on the back of your chair, or you can just set it up on the floor behind your chair facing up, just to give an extra light back there. That alone will make you stand out more, and it allows you to feel more professional looking. And it doesn't have to be crazy neon streamer colors. The other option that I usually do is this one, which right now I have it set to blue. But if you look, the lamp over here, Anonymous Platypie, thank you for the sub. If you look at the light over here, that's set to blue right now, but you can literally go for a more natural color. Oh, is it not going to do it? This is a Walmart light. It's not very good. Yeah, it's not doing it. It's frozen. The light always freezes. It really sucks. But right now I have set to blue, but you can get like a natural light instead of having like weird neon colors, but just, you can have it set up so it just gives more of a bedroom feel. You know, no, more of like a home feel, and you can still light it, but you want a contrasting light behind you to help you kind of stand out from the background. But like, we can set that kind of stuff. Next date to Best Buy. Yeah, we can go to Best Buy. You can get stuff on Amazon. Like, we could sit, if you bring, you know, like a laptop or tablet or something, we can literally sit on Amazon and just look for a couple of things that you could do, like that you could order, and then we could set up a second get together, and I can help you like set it up at your house. Because even my lighting here, I've got a lot of lights back there. Like, I've got the LED strip, I've got the floodlight up on the roof, and then I've got my neon light plus the light over here. But outside of that, my lighting that I'm using on myself is just the one light in front of me and the one light for the top of me. So with 3 lights, you can make a really professional setup. And then it's just about keying in the right setting on your camera. If you're going to use your phone, you can use your phone, and you can just key in the right setting on your phone, and you can make it look really decent, and it'll up your quality instantly. And then obviously the other thing you want to look at, I'm leaning more towards, it's probably the first thing you want to do, but when you're using a phone, lighting does go a really long way. But audio is a big one. You want to look into some kind of microphone that you can use just to kind of help with the audio a bit, because the audio will make a huge difference. I need a mic, camera, all of it. Yeah, and you can get away without using the camera for a while. Like, you can honestly use your phone for a while. You use Android, right? If I recall. I think Android, I think Samsung, I know Google does, but I think Samsung does too now, where they have like a cinematic camera where you can blur the background. I would even suggest filming on the app on your phone instead of on TikTok itself. So that way you can edit it down a little bit better, and then you can have that like nice blurry background just to add that extra layer. Because even with what I'm doing here, I have the NVIDIA Broadcast, which is using my graphics card to blur my background, and it's off now. It is still a hair blurry, but this lens doesn't do it very well because the lens is so wide. I got a lens that you can kind of see the whole room behind me. So it doesn't blur the background as much, but like I have it on the lowest setting on this, and just turning it on, just that makes the camera look far more expensive than it is. So doing the same thing on your phone where you just add like a hair of blur to the background and then you add some nice lighting, your camera quality should be fine on your phone for a while. And then obviously, yeah, I don't blame you wanting to avoid the phone for sure. It's definitely nicer using something other than the phone. But obviously, if you don't want to just throw away a bunch of money right away and just do it more progressively instead of feeling the pain in one shot, the camera would probably be the last thing I would suggest upgrading. Definitely, the order I like things is audio first, then lighting, and then camera. But with the audio, the nice thing is you can buy a lapel mic for like 15 or 20 bucks on Amazon, a cheap one, just to get that little level up in sound, to get a little less room echo. And then a couple of lights, and then that will automatically bring your content way up. And then once you add a camera on top of that, it's even more. Like you can do a lot. I'll absolutely help you though. I'll help you with whatever you want. Yeah, yeah, take your time. There's no rush. But yeah, whenever you have questions, I'm more than happy to give you a bit of guidance because I love this stuff. I'm supposed to be helping Preston too. He's an actor. For those who don't know, Preston is one of my closest friends. We've been friends for years now, and he's a professional actor. And one of the things that the strike is fighting for right now is that a lot of professional actors are required to send in recorded videotapes of themselves auditioning, and a lot of why? I don't have any more food. I can't blow up anymore. Dang it. A lot of professional actors, although they've worked with professional lighting and all that, they don't actually know how to do it. And so it really sucks, especially if you're an amateur actor or a beginning actor who is trying to break into the field and you don't have a lot of money. It's really hard to kind of compete with somebody like, I don't know, Brad Pitt or whatever, who would have millions of dollars and they can rent out a studio or build their own studio with great lighting and sound and editing and get it sent out. It's going to look far better and get them jobs more often than somebody who is sitting in their house with a phone recording themselves for an audition. So that's one of the things they're fighting for, is to get rid of that. But I'm supposed to help Preston because I know what some of it is, and he wants to up his game. So I'm always more than happy to help. Always more than happy to help. That's one thing I can't help you with. I used to be good at math, not so good anymore. But I'm definitely... anything to do with taxes, man? Ugh. Just gives me shivers. After death, hello. All right, what's the joke? What's the joke? I hope I don't regret asking that question. Oops. But yeah, no. Taxes stuff, man. Ugh. I still have to pay my taxes back from last year. I still owe money on my taxes and I haven't paid it yet. I'm going to though. I'm hoping to in the next couple of days. What did one ocean say to the other? Whoosh. Is that what it said? Really? Nothing. It just waved. I love it. I love it. I love pun jokes. They're so punny. I'm a dad, alright? You can't blame me for liking punny things. Oh, dang it. Alright, I've got no food here, so we have to head back. The punny dad jokes are the best. They're the best. But yeah, no, I don't, Photoshop flowy, what's that? Bob Boat, hello, welcome, how you doing? How are you? Yeah, dude, I don't even know how, I just don't have the patience for it. I just don't. Ugh. Oh, it's you guys. I did computer software engineering for one semester. I can't see. For one single semester, I did computer software engineering. And the reason it was one single semester is a lot of software engineering is based around math. Because it's technically just math. Computers are just math. And so I did it, and even though I didn't fully grasp what was going on because, one, I was way underprepared for the course, and two, I just didn't pay attention enough in class to actually absorb anything. But I was able to grasp it once I did pay attention. But I just got so bored. I couldn't do it. After one semester, I was like, I'm done. I can't do this. I'm not interested in this enough. So, like, what you're doing with your whole exam? No, thank you. If I can't even sit through, like, the basic taxes part of it, I couldn't even imagine trying to sit through the rest of it. Do that. Oh, okay, After Death. See, I haven't played Undertale, so I don't know the names of the bosses. I didn't know what that was. I was like, I don't know what that is. Is that like... Did you, like, have some kind of challenge with some, like, Photoshop person? I didn't know what you were talking about. Sorry. But my day's doing really good. My day is going really good. We're just here kind of wasting time. I've already been live for 2 hours. Holy crap. I gotta run over to Costco because type of chicken that Alana really likes is on sale right now. And I like it. But I'm just trying to find something for me to cook that will be enjoyable. So I gotta run to Costco to get that. I also want to get some more toilet paper because our membership runs out in September. I think our membership runs out. And we got it because there was 3 of us and we needed a lot of toilet paper and stuff. But once they're gone, I don't really need Costco because it's just me. I might still get one to get like meat a couple of times a year because it's going to be just me. I can basically buy 2 packs and it'll last me forever. But for now, I'm going to cancel it. And so I want to get like some toilet paper and some coffee pods for the Keurig just so I can have it for a while until I'm either in a better place to be able to get the Costco membership, or if my budget is just so low that I just don't need it. You'll take me in? Oh, can we hold hands while doing it? That'll totally be a relationship step forward, man. We win. Oh, Merle's gone. I can't even like hold it over Merle's head. You guys are gonna have to keep up now. You'd like to know about the computer. Like the computer I'm using to stream with? Is that what you mean? If we don't, we aren't going. Oh, man. Okay, so that's going. All right, we got some meat. I've heard that Undertale is very funny and a really fun game. I've never played it. I need to, though. Why did I reset? I haven't yet. I haven't reset my computer yet. I'm going to, but I haven't yet. I'm not 100% sure what you're asking, so I'm gonna answer what I think you're asking. I'm sorry if I'm like way off base. So I've got a dual PC setup. I never used to use a dual PC setup. It was always a one PC setup. But Alana and I broke up. Alana was my significant other, and I had built the second PC for her, and she doesn't have space for where she's going. She doesn't have space for it, and she doesn't want it. And I built it. I paid for it. So she's like, just take it back. So I was originally going to sell it, but then I started playing Dead Island, and my stream could not handle Dead Island and stream at the same time at the settings that I normally stream at. So I would either have to turn down the bit rate or the game crashed all the time. So I figured I might as well just use the second PC as my gaming PC, or my streaming PC. And so the PC I'm using for streaming is my PC, but it's got all the hardware in there for streaming stuff. So it's being used as my stream PC, but it's way more powerful than the other one. So it's better set for gaming rather than streaming. The other PC is weaker, so it should be the streaming PC, but it doesn't have any of the streaming hardware in it. So like the capture card and stuff isn't in there. To swap them around would mean unplugging everything and taking them apart to swap the hardware around. But because Alana and I split, they are moving in a couple of weeks. And so I have to take this whole setup apart in 2 weeks. So I don't want to take it apart to swap things around, put it back together just to take it apart in a couple of weeks. So I'm just holding off. And since I'm going to have to do all that anyway, I haven't reset either computer. So my streaming PC still has a bunch of my games on it, but it also has a bunch of like stream stuff on it that I eventually want to just wipe out and just have games on it. And then Alana's PC still has all of her stuff on it, so I have to wipe it so I can have just my streaming hardware and software stuff in there. So that's why I am resetting it. I just haven't reset it yet because I don't have time. Yeah, so it wouldn't make sense to do it if I'm gonna have to take it all apart again in a couple of weeks. So I'm just waiting for the actual like move to happen. I just don't know when they're leaving because her sister is coming to give her help to move, and you know, the trailer and everything to put all her stuff in, because they're moving away like 5 hours away, so it's not even like I can help them. And so, but it's all reliant on her sister, and her sister doesn't know if she's gonna be able to do it on the date that they've promised. So if it is on the date they've promised, then in 2.5 weeks they're gone, and then that's when I'm gonna take everything apart in here, because as it stands right now, my plan is this is just gonna be a living room for just like watching TV and stuff, and then we have a second living room in the back of the house, and I'm probably going to convert that to my whole stream setup, which is a much bigger room than this, and I'm going to set up over there. But that means, you know, resetting all my lights, resetting all the background. I have 2 more shelves that I can put more stuff in, so I'm gonna have to set up the shelves. So since I have to do that anyway, that's when I'll take the computers apart. That's when I'll wipe them and get everything fresh and have a brand new start. But it just doesn't make sense to go through all that trouble just to put it together and then take it apart again. So that's why. You lost my PC to your stupidity? Oh no, that's the worst. My brother's brother-in-law did that, but with soda. And he spilt his pop on it, and it destroyed the computer. You're keeping it as a keepsake? Yeah, that makes sense. I'm a very sentimental person that way, so I get it. Yeah, Bubbo, it's... it's if you're talking about after death, it's rough. It's kind of funny, though. Because like, you spilled tea on it. Like, I spill a lot. I'm very clumsy. I am very, very clumsy, so I spill a lot of stuff. But like I always spill stuff on my computer. My mouse is half dead because I spilled stuff on it. But I never put anything near my actual PC because I don't want to. I don't mind replacing a keyboard or like a Stream Deck. I don't want to replace my whole PC. My PC is way too expensive to have to replace if it ever broke. Oh, I'd be heartbroken. That's Rough Buddy's a meme. Oh, okay. I'm old. I don't know what memes are out right now. I'm out of touch with the new memes. Like the toilet guy. Apparently the toilet guy is a Gen Alpha hilarious thing, and I have no idea what the comedy is. I've seen it and I don't get it. I don't get the toilet dude. Is that all the gold I have? Really? Really? Wow, that's disappointing. I thought I had more gold than that. Do I have gold in my other base? I might have gold in my other base. Let's feed the cows first. Who's calling? It's probably Best Buy. Nope. It's the stupid scam artist callers. They call me every day. Every day they call me. Memes are just not funny these days. Yeah, I think it's probably that memes were never funny to the generation before. Do you know what I mean? Because like I look at Gen Z memes and I don't get them. You know, they don't always make sense to me. I don't understand how they're funny. And now I see Gen Alpha's memes and I really don't find them funny. At least Gen Z, I was like, okay, that's kind of funny, but it's not hilarious. But Gen Alpha, I'm just like, that's not even chuckle worthy. Like that's not even a, it's nothing. I don't get it. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, the toilet guy, apparently there's this whole like backstory of like a head that pops out of a toilet and sings a song. I think it's the skibidi beep beep boop, yes, yes, baby, and it's like the toilet comes out and sings that. The dude comes out of the toilet and sings that. And he's like arguing with a guy who's got a camera for a head. And Gen Alpha like is eating that stuff up, like to the point where there are like plushies about this stuff. It's weird. I don't get it. I don't think it's funny at all, but apparently it's huge. But I'm so out of touch that I didn't even know about this meme. The only reason I found it out is there's a cosplayer on TikTok, and her boyfriend or husband or whatever has been appearing in some of her videos, and he's just not funny. I mean, she's not very talented. Her whole thing is that she's hot. And her cosplays are pretty good. But like, she doesn't actually do anything creative outside of her cosplays. But her boyfriend is like objectively not funny. And so I looked him up in the tag that she had. And that's the first time I saw that meme, and I just didn't get it. Dude's like my age, and he's making this toilet humor thing. But it's got millions upon millions of views. So I just don't get it. Memes nowadays, to me, I don't understand it. Although I have been tempted to do the toilet thing. I have been tempted. Just like the NPC thing, but the toilet thing, I have been tempted. SX, I hope you're doing really well. What did Wewin say? I didn't see it. Until you upgraded to Ryzen 5. Yeah, toilet guy at war with the camera guy. Yeah. And I don't understand where the comedy is. Like, it's so weird. But it's kind of the same with the Gen Z stuff, right? Like, I'm a millennial, and I'm an elder millennial. Like, I'm on the higher end of it. I think millennials started around 83, and I'm in 86. So, like, I'm up there in the millennial years. And I watch a lot of Gen Z-ish creators, like the Zennials, those guys that are like in their later 20s right now. And they do content. Like, I'll watch a lot of Minecraft content from these guys. And a lot of the comedy is based around them using funny sound effects. So like the one guy, Wadzi, I really like Wadzi, but a big part of his comedy is just using distorted loud sound effects. And that's a big Gen Z comedy thing. And I don't get the comedy in using the sound effect to make it funny, especially a distorted sound effect. But there was still at least like a comedic structure I understood. Gen Alpha stuff, I don't understand the comedic structure at all. Like, I don't see where the comedy sits, which is really hard for me because my whole thing has always been about comedy. Like in theater, my whole acting shtick is comedy. So not understanding the newest generation of comedy is hard for me to grasp. It was starting a little fire. Oh no. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Whew. You're returning to your YouTube career? Nice. Do it. What did they do with this ray tracing? Why is this so dark? I don't understand. Okay, do I have gold in here? That's what I'm here for. Gold? Ooh, a block, yes. Do I have any other gold? I thought I had a bunch of useless gold, but I think I used it last time we streamed. I haven't played Minecraft in so long. Ah, there we go. I knew I had some gold. Okay, so now I should be able to do this. No, I only have enough for... I needed 4 and I only have 3. Lame. Wow, I'm off by 1. I should react to videos. You know what? I've seen a lot of streamers doing that. I've considered it. I know that's kind of a big thing in streaming right now, where a lot of streamers will just kind of put on like meme videos or viral things and kind of react to them, or they'll watch TV shows and react to it while they're watching. The only reason I don't think it would work for me, because I have considered it, and I think it would be a fun thing to do, but the only reason I don't think it would work for me is I am on the spectrum, and I always feel like a liar when I say that. And the problem is that I'm a very, very, very high masker, and one of the things that I struggle with is reacting to things in a visible way. In a visible way that shows what I actually feel and not what other people actually see. Because I tend to react in a way and people don't really connect with how I react to things. And so I feel like me watching other people's content and reacting to it, I would naturally fall into masking, which would make me overreact, which then would just feel very fake. Or I would not react because I get too analytical and then I wouldn't have a good reaction in an entertaining way. I don't mean like I'd be like, you know, upset or anything. It would just be like, huh, that's kind of funny. And that's not entertaining to watch. You want to see somebody like laugh or like come up with goofy ideas and stuff. And I need somebody else to riff off of to do that. And the only person I can riff with like really well is my brother. Like if you guys would watch, if you guys could like listen to our voice chats, because he uses Facebook a lot to message me, and he uses the Facebook voice messaging. So like he doesn't type anything out, he just talks to me. Half of our messages are us using an accent. Not an accent. I guess it's an accent, but it's the, hey Retro, is this character? So we talk as this character the whole time, and we talk to each other the whole time that way. And I think it's really funny. I don't know if other people would think it's funny, but I think it's really funny. But yeah, my reactions aren't great. My reactions wouldn't be, yeah, you don't react, you react differently too. Yeah. My reactions aren't entertaining reactions. You know what I mean? Doing good. Just came back from the gym. Nice, nice, nice. How is the gym going? How's it treating you? I'm not planning to go to the gym, but I am hoping to get back into... Oh, wait. Oh, no, yeah, we should be good. Okay. Where's the... How many diamonds do I have? 2. Okay. Sorry, distracted. I am planning to start doing some VR workouts in the near future where I start doing more physical. I have like a punching workout VR thing. I want to start doing that because I need to get into shape. I'm not so worried about my weight. It's more about cardio because the musical I'm auditioning for is going to have some dancing. Oh, there is 4 here. It's going to have some dancing. And right now I'm not in shape to do a dancing thing on stage. It would be really bad. It would be really bad if I did it right now. There's another one here. Okay, I've got enough. Awesome. No, I've got 2. What? I've got an extra one now. Okay. Sorry. I'm getting overly excited. You're gonna have a therapy session after this? Nice. I need therapy. I need therapy. I just can't afford it. Really sucks. Chest and try. Nice. I haven't been to an actual gym in forever, but I need to get back into shape. My stamina sucks right now. I'm just not a very physical person right now. Oh, was it in the Nether? Did I see it in the Nether? Is that where I saw the stupid upgrade path thingies, whatever they're called? I think it's in the Nether. Damn it. All right, Bob Boat, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for hanging out. Have a good session. I hope maybe you discover something new today. Anyone got ideas how to add sound to games? I can't figure out why my games aren't picking up audio in the recordings. What are you using to record your audio after death? You know what I'm blessed with, talking to the gym bros here. You know what I'm blessed with, because they'll appreciate it. That's why I'm talking to them directly. I'm blessed with very, very good calves. I don't work out, right? But I don't think I do it, but I logically, when I think about it, I guess I do. I just never realized it. But a lot of people on the spectrum are toe walkers. They walk kind of like lifting their heels off the ground most of the time. And that's how you do a calf workout. And my calves are very defined and I would say fairly thick. Although I don't work out. No, it's not here either. Where the hell did I see it? Oh, was it back at the other base? Oh, I don't want to go all the way back. So I've been lucky with that, at least. The natural screen recorder that came with your phone. Oh, that I don't know. That I don't know. I don't really use... I have an iPhone and that records sound all the time. So I don't know why it wouldn't be recording sound. That's weird. You would think it would just record all the time. Yeah. Sorry, I can't give advice on that one. Yeah, the treadmill is probably one of the better workouts in general, just for like generic health for sure. That's kind of what I want, is the cardio, but I don't have space for a treadmill. Although I do live in a really good neighborhood for walking, so I probably would start walking, but I'm gonna start off with the VR workout thing, because they gamify it, which makes it fun, because you like earn points and stuff for how hard you punch and how fast you punch and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna start that way for sure. Yeah, see, and I use an iPhone, and the iPhone records all the time. There's probably an app you could get that'll do a better job at screen recording, but I couldn't tell you which one. I couldn't even start to like suggest anything, because I have zero clue. I haven't used Android in quite a few years now, so I haven't kept up with what's on Android and what works on Android. There it is. Oh my god. I knew I had it. I knew it. Okay. So I only have one netherite ingot. I can have a second one. So I have 2 netherite ingots. Right? Okay. We've got 2 netherite ingots. I can upgrade 2 things. What is my inventory like? Ooh, do I want to do my boots right now? I don't think I want to do my boots right now. I can do 2 of them. I have 4 upgrades, okay. I could do 2 of them. I think I might do the sword. And maybe my axe. Let's do sword and axe. Where's my axe after all this? If my axe is in the other base, I swear... I mean, my axe. If it's in the other base, it's in the other base, isn't it? It's in the other base. Damn it. Ah, I'm so disorganized. Yeah, they're expensive, and I don't have a lot of monies. I don't have a lot of monies. Damn it, I left it in my other base. Well, I guess I'll do my boots and my sword then. That's what I'll do, because I have to eventually upgrade everything. So it's not like I'm losing out by not doing it, or by doing it now anyway. So sword. That's not the right sword. Oh, thank goodness. All my stuff is in the other base, isn't it? Damn it. I don't want to go look at the other base. Or did I leave it in my... maybe it's in the... I don't friggin' know. I know I lost a bunch of stuff because I died a bunch of times. Alright, well, let's just do the boots. Boots, boots, boots for walking. Well, we'll do the boots at least. At least we achieved something. At least we achieved something. Right? So it's not a complete loss. You have Streamlabs, but it won't let you record. Or at least have a tower and keyboard. Yeah, I mean, maybe you could like work a deal where like you do chores or something, and they can help you out a bit. That would be nice of them. Alrighty, folks. Ooh, weird glitching. My hard drive's starting to go on the computer. Alrighty, folks. I need to get out of here. I have a bunch of stops to make. Like I said, I gotta head to Costco. I gotta go to Best Buy. I gotta pick something up at Best Buy. So I gotta get going. I am off this weekend, streaming wise. I work, so I'm off this weekend. In a few weeks, I'm gonna start the 5 days a week streaming. But for now, we're still sticking with this. Maybe next week I'll start 5 days a week. I don't know. I haven't planned it yet, but I do want to kind of get into the rhythm of it before I start extending how long each stream is for. But I will be back on Monday. Thank you, Ewan. Have yourself a good weekend. Yeah, I'm not live tomorrow. I'm not live on the weekend. I don't stream on the weekends because I work on the weekends, and my weekends are usually pretty hectic. Like tonight is one of my later nights. Tomorrow is a very late night, and then Sunday is a little bit of an easier night. But once this week is up, like we're on the 28th, right? Alana finishes work at the end of this month, so in a few days, and then I'm taking over her work. So my work schedule is going to be way longer. Like it's going to go up huge. So it's going to really mess with my stream. But because Alana won't be working night shift anymore, she's going to be up during the day. And if she's up during the day, I can stream later in the afternoon without the worry that, you know, Nora needs to take her meds or Nora needs to get ready for bed. Alana will be up for that. So I can stream without too much stress. But I'll be working way later. So it's going to be a rough few days while I get into the rhythm of the new work schedule. And when I, you know, shift around my streaming schedule, it's going to be a bit rough. But as of right now, I'm going to still stream 4 days next week, I think, just because it's going to get messy. It's going to really suck. My Fridays are going to be the worst. I'm going to have to remove my Friday stream or my... No, my Saturday. Saturday is definitely going to be a no-go for me. Friday, I don't know if I'm going to remove it or not because Fridays, normally I do 2 locations. It's going to jump up to 3 locations. Normally, I'm home Friday nights at around 4:30 in the morning. That's now going to be extended till 9 in the morning, which means I am leaving the house at 9:30 and I'm getting home at around 9:30. I'll be gone for 12 hours, and it's 12 hours with no break. So it's really, really going to suck for a while. So Saturdays are definitely never going to happen on stream until everything settles down. So we'll see what happens. Oh, your mom's birthday's tomorrow. I hope you guys have something fun for the birthday, you know, food or something. All right, I got to get out of here. I really appreciate everybody hanging out. TikTok, thank you all for spending time with me. Stormtrooper, see you later. And SX, you too. I will see you all later. TikTok, have yourselves a great day. Take care. Bye-bye. And Twitch and YouTube. Yeah, I will be back on Monday. Turns 43. Oh, she's only a few years older than me. Man, that makes me feel so old. I'll be back in a few days. I'll be back Monday, and we're going to probably do some more Dave the Diver. I have to see what else we can play, because I did Minecraft today because I didn't really have anything else to play, and I wasn't really in the mood for anything else, but I do got to find something else to play. Because right now we only have Dave the Diver and Resident Evil going, because I don't really want to play 7 Days to Die on stream right now. And Minecraft is fun, but it's kind of slow paced. I want to find something else, so we'll see. We'll see. It's your birthday next week. You expect a gift? The gift is the pleasure of my friendship. All right, everybody. I got to get out of here. Tyler, Ty, remind me of your birthday. I'll sing you happy birthday. I'll sing you happy birthday. All right. Have yourselves a good weekend, everybody. Lots of love. Thank you for hanging out. See you later. Bye-bye.